Hello, good morning, and welcome to another exciting edition of Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am your super chef here to serve you nothing but the best breakfast on TV. My name is Nanatu Fuobuate, and it's an absolute pleasure to share your mornings with you. Thank you so much for choosing us. Now, there's a bit of concern, all right? The kind of things that we gloat over as a people is a bit worrying. And you see, we should be concerned about our collective image. And I'm referring to the violence that happened in Ablekuma North over I think last Friday, during the rerun of some 19 polling stations within that constituency. Listen, if you condemned Ayawaso West Wuogon and you are rejoicing over Ablekuma North, then you have a problem. And if you gloated over Ayawaso West Wuogon and you want to condemn Ablekuma North, then you have a problem. We are human beings. Listen, God gave us power to dominate all other beings on earth. In fact, we are the only ones that He gave us a voice to speak and a brain to reason. So we should be able to apply this brain. The work is simple. Go to the polling station, cast your vote, go back home, wait for the party agents and the EC to collate the results and tell you who the winner is. This simple thing you can't do, you are fighting. Where is the wisdom in this? We are behaving like animals, even in the jungle. I don't think animals would do this. It is not right. You see, let's not pick sides on this matter. This is not an NDC or NPP matter. How this nonsense rubs off our collective image should be a matter of concern to you. We cannot go ahead as a people, especially in our democratic dispensation, if we're going to do this. 19 polling stations, just 19 polling stations out of 281 in one constituency. And look at the violence. So imagine a national election where we're going to have 276 constituencies. And people are celebrating this. People are jubilating over this. The Ghanaian hypocrisy is stinking, and we need to do something about it. You want to... I cannot even understand that 19 polling stations, a rerunning 19 polling stations, and there's this level of violence, and you are not worried, you want to celebrate, you want to jubilate, you want to gloat over this. You see, we should not be seen to be using the Ayawaso West Wuogon by-election to justify what happened in Ablekuma North. Like I'm saying, we cannot be hypocrites and jubilate when it happens to our opponents, but when it is done to us, then we are crying foul. If it is not right yesterday, it should not be right today. And the fact that we're here, people we have entrusted authority to, people we have placed in position of power, speak the way they spoke regarding the same matter. Oh Lord, have mercy on us all. Let us stop this hypocrisy. If you condemned Ayawaso West Wuogon, you should be able to condemn Ablekuma North. And if you see, there's no reason for any jubilation in this matter. You see, you're the person who is going to parliament on the back of this violence. You're going to make the laws for who? The same people who engage in this violence to bring you to parliament? And how do you expect them to respond to the laws that you're going to make in parliament? We need to be serious as a country. We've come too far in our democratic dispensation to allow some of these things happen. And like I said, it is not an NDC or NPP matter. It is a crime, an act of criminality that should be dealt with as it is. No two ways about it. You cannot condemn Ayawaso West Wuogon and jubilate over Ablekuma North. And you cannot condemn Ablekuma North and gloat over Ayawaso West Wuogon. Violence is violence. Let's deal with it before it becomes a canker, an albatross hanging on our necks to a point that we may not be able to deal with it. Remember that we have bigger elections to go through. There's 2028 just around the corner. So let's deal with some of these issues. Shalom. Now let me give you some good news. All right, the good news is that when you go to the Google Play Store, you can download the Channel One News app. That's where you get all the updates, all the details, all the round-the-clock news All right? So go to the Google Play Store. It's quite simple. The process is simple. And you can find Channel One News app on the Google Play Store. Download the app. And of course, you can get any and everything Channel One TV on the app. This is the official app for Channel One TV. It's available on the Google Play Store. And quite exciting features there. And so go on to the Google Play Store now and download the Channel One app for all your regular news updates, 360 news updates, current news updates, and you can get all of that on the Channel One News app. So go to the Google Play Store and download the app. Now, how many of us were part of the Volunteers TV show yesterday? Absolutely fantastic, all right? It happens every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. here on Channel One TV, the Volunteers TV show with your host, Stephen Kweku Dako, bringing you insights and, of course, information regarding volunteerism here in Ghana and beyond. So for those of us who are looking to volunteer but are not sure where, when, and how, join this show, the Volunteers TV show. And then, of course, you have all the updates, all the information you need regarding volunteerism. We'll have people share their experiences, okay, so that it will help inspire you and whip up the spirit of volunteerism in you as a Ghanaian. We want to say thank you to those who are part of the show and entreat those who missed it to join next Sunday at 6:30 p.m. here on Channel One TV for the Volunteers TV show. All righty. The newspapers are here today in their numbers. We're going to go straight into them. Okay, I grabbed the Ghanaian Times first. Oh, I mean, this is in no particular order, but the Ghanaian Times is here closest to me, and so I'll start with the Ghanaian Times. Front page says, Government Accountability Series. Interior Minister takes turn today. So the government has announced that it will be embarking on an accountability series. We understand there will be, I think, 3 sessions per week. And so the Minister for the Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, will take the first stand, and he's going to give account of his ministry, what has been going on in that ministry the past 7 months since the NDC administration has been in power. And so be on the lookout for that. We'll bring you that press briefing, or if I can call it that, here on Channel One TV. All right. President directs 2 ministers to address unapproved port charges. President directs 2 ministers to address unapproved port charges. Obeng secures historic victory for NDC in Ablekuma North. That's Arabna Obeng, MP-elect for Ablekuma North. That's the report from the Ghanaian Times regarding that election. Don't sideline me. Kufuor slams party's lack of engagement. It's okay. Don't sideline me. Kufuor slams party's lack of engagement. And then when you go to the back page, Tourism 2024 report launched in Accra. The Tourism 2024 report launched in Accra. And then MEDA partners IFC to boost agribusiness in Ghana. MEDA partners IFC to boost agribusiness in Ghana. Now, I'll take you to the Daily Graphic. Front page of the Daily Graphic says, Presidential jet grounded, air travel worthiness uncertain. Presidential jet grounded, air travel worthiness uncertain. Ablekuma North violence, tame electoral vigilantism, experts advocate. Ablekuma North violence, tame electoral vigilantism, experts advocate. Affordability barrier to chronic disease treatment. That's a study conducted by the National Health Insurance Authority, which says affordability is a barrier to chronic disease treatment. New visa policy not about length of stay. That's a clarification by the U.S. Embassy. New visa policy not about length of stay, attributed to the U.S. Embassy. EY Ghana renews commitment to support businesses. EY Ghana renews commitment to support businesses. Then when you go to the back page, you have Prudential Bank ready to support 24-hour economy policy. That's attributed to the executive head of the bank. Prudential Bank ready to support 24-hour economy policy. And then you have extend investments to private universities. EUCHS founder appeals to government. Extend investments to private universities. EUCHS founder appeals to government. EUCHS is the Entrance University College of Health Sciences. Okay, that's the Daily Graphic. Let's get to the Chronicle. What's the Chronicle saying? Chronicle says, and it's a question actually, who is behind illegal anti-Galamsey tax force? Concerned small-scale miners drop some names. Who is behind illegal anti-Galamsey tax force? Concerned small-scale miners drop some names. NDC secures two-thirds majority in Parliament. NDC secures two-thirds majority in Parliament. Bawumia calls for probe into Ablekuma North violence. Bawumia calls for probe into Ablekuma North violence. Then when you go to the top right-hand corner, it says ex-TESCON member rejects NPP's top-bottom tyranny. Okay, top-bottom tyranny in inverted commas. That's Isahaku Kotoma, an NPP activist there. Now, the scripture for the day is taken from the book of Proverbs, the chapter number 10, the verse number 9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. Proverbs 10:19. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. And when you go to the back page, Lamine Yamal's 18th birthday celebrations, private concert attended by Barcelona teammates, 300,000 €300,000 diamond necklace. Make money, oh. Liverpool boss Arne Slot gives first interview since Diogo Jota's tragic death. And then Messi extends MLS record with double in Miami win. I think the paper went to press early and so doesn't have the Club World Cup, where Chelsea are now champions of the Club World Cup. Absolutely beautiful performance, especially by that young chap, Cole Palmer. Oh, beautiful. 3-0, thrashing PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. Quite interesting. And it was a beautiful game to watch. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's go to the Daily Guide newspaper. Front page says, top NDC officials, military officers fingered in illegal Galamsey tax force. Top NDC officials, military officers fingered in illegal Galamsey task force. NDC wins Ablekuma North amid mayhem. NDC wins Ablekuma North amid mayhem. And then there's a sad one, former Nigerian President Buhari dead. Former Nigerian President Buhari dead. And also another disturbing story. Boy, 11, shoots girl, 3. So an 11-year-old boy has shot a 3-year-old girl. Some of these stories are just heartbreaking, quite difficult to deal with, but we pray for calm and restraint. Let me take you to the News Center newspaper. News Center says, NDC's history of presidential private jets hypocrisy exposed. NDC's history of presidential private jets hypocrisy exposed. Bawumia visits Ablekuma North victims, pledges support. Bawumia visits Ablekuma North victims, pledges support. Ablekuma violence, a dress rehearsal for 2028. Ablekuma violence, a dress rehearsal for 2028. 4.2 million ounces Black Volta gold project. $13.8 billion potential revenue. There's a question on the front page of the News Center newspaper. And then you have Babasam to court, void Nane J's illegal order. Babasam to court, void Nane J's illegal order. And then Asempa FM's Ekosi saying donates 100,000 CDs to renal patients. Asempa FM's Ekosi saying donates 100,000 CDs to renal patients. A few other stories on the back page. MTN SME accelerate host women in Business webinar. MTN SME Accelerate host Women in Business seminar. Then you have Agbashi chairs new 9-member CBG board. Agbashi chairs new 9-member CBG board. So that's the News Center newspaper. Let me bring you the Herald newspaper. The Herald newspaper says NDC chiefs run from national security and military anti-Galamsey extortion ring. Small-scale miners demand presidential action. NDC chiefs run from national security and military anti-Galamsey extortion ring. Small-scale miners demand presidential action. NPP's indecision, mixed messaging, ends in defeat at tensed Ablekuma North rerun. NPP's indecision, mixed messaging, ends in defeat at tensed Ablekuma North rerun. Chief of Staff kicks against localized investment in Ghana. Chief of Staff kicks against localized investment in Ghana. Defense Minister petitioned to remove VAG Executive Director. Land sale and financial irregularities cited. Defense Minister petitioned to remove VAG Executive Director. Land sale and financial irregularities cited. Ghana's aging presidential jet grounded in France has severe corrosion and multiple engine defects. Ghana's aging presidential jet grounded in France has severe corrosion and multiple engine defects. That's the Herald newspaper. Let's go now to the Ghanaian Publisher. Front page of the Ghanaian Publisher says, Yamin, Abanga behind illegal task force. Miners. This is attributed to the miners. However, the two have rejected the allegations. So the story says, Yamin and Abanga behind illegal task force. That's attributed to the small-scale miners. However, two reject allegations. Minority to Mahama, act now or bear Ablekuma blood. Minority to Mahama, act now or bear Ablekuma blood. Baba Sam to High Court, nullify Nane J's illegally obtained court order. Baba Sam to High Court, nullify Nane J's illegally obtained court order. Then to the top right-hand corner, Emmanuel rides bicycle from Germany to Accra. Emmanuel rides bicycle from Germany to Accra. All right, the Inquisitor is here. Inquisitor says illegal Galamsey tax force, CSSMG, that's the Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association of Ghana, spitfire on Yamin, others, but they deny accusations. CSSMGG spitfire on Yamin, others, but they deny accusations. Ken's extradition processes activated. Ken's extradition processes activated. MEDA IFC partner to boost agribusiness in Ghana. MEDA IFC partner to boost agribusiness in Ghana. Avoid hot water baths. Urologists to men with fertility issues. Avoid hot water baths. Urologists to men with fertility issues. Okay. Let's go to the Custodian. Front page of the Custodian says, Minority demands action on Ablekuma North vandalism. Minority demands action on Ablekuma North vandalism. Act on stranded students abroad. Minority to government. Baumia visits Hawa Kumsen a Kriafiye after assault. And then you have NDC gurus and soldiers cited in alleged Galamsey deals. NDC gurus, soldiers cited in alleged Galamsey deals. Set aside Nane J's illegally obtained court order. Baba Sam pleads with High Court. And you have Michael K. Tete elected NAF president. Michael K. Tete elected NAF president. Quickly to the Informer, which front page says Anti-Galamsey task force accused of extortion, harassment and intimidation. Anti-Galamsey task force accused of extortion, harassment and intimidation. Ken Oforiatta's extradition on course, OSP assures. Ablekuma North rerun, Baumia Peace Council, others condemn violence. Ablekuma North rerun. Bawumia Peace Council, others condemn violence. Standard Bearer first election. NPP cracks. New party in the offing. National Delegates Conference. Yamutu. Standard Bearer first election. NPP cracks. New party in the offing. National Delegates Conference. Yamutu. And then you have monetization of Ghana's politics. Public lambast. Minister Oklu. Yep, that's the story carried on the back page of the Informer newspaper. Monetization of Ghana's politics. Public lambast. Minister Oklu. Let's do some business news now. We're taking it from the Economy Times. Front page says Ghana Central Securities Depository undergoes major upgrade. Ghana Central Securities Depository undergoes major upgrade. New investor portal allows real-time access to investors' portfolio data. Then you have digital assets firms given August 15 deadline to register with BOG. Digital assets firms given August 15 deadline to register with BOG. Government to recapitalize ADB by 2026 to support agricultural revolution agenda. Government to recapitalize ADB by 2026 to support agricultural revolution agenda. That's the Economy Times. Let's go online real quick, real snappy. Channel1news.com says no billboards, banners, posters on National Delegates Conference Day. That's attributed to the New Patriotic Party NPP. No billboards, banners, posters on National Delegates Conference Day. Then you have don't use Ayawaso West Wuogon by-election to justify Ablekuma North violence. Akosua Menu 2 NDC. Also on channel1news.com. I would want to be chief of staff, not president. That's Dennis Miracles Abuaji speaking there. I am being ignored. Kufuor fumes at NPP leadership. I am being ignored. Kufuor fumes at NPP leadership. And then there's the sad one from Nigeria. Former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari dies at 82. Former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari dies at 82. 7 trucks impounded over suspected goods diversion scheme. Then you have 24-hour economy already showing promise, according to the Navrongo MP. Presidency to launch government accountability series on July 14. Ablekuma North, St. Peter's Methodist Church condemns chaos on its premises. Then you have Mahama Zelensky discuss drone deal to tackle Sahel terror threat. Mahama Zelensky discuss drone deal to tackle Sahel terror threat. Then Ablekuma North, election security is police duty, not military. That's attributed to a security analyst. And then you have Mahama appoints George Owusu as acting CEO of National Ambulance Service. Right, that's channel1news.com. Bawumia visits Hawakumsen after Ablekuma North attack and a host of other stories there on channel1news.com. Let me quickly take you to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. Vehicles impounded by national security did not divert goods. Vehicles impounded by national security did not divert goods. That's according to the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. All right. Dennis Miracles Abuaje was on the Upside Down show on Channel 1 last night, and he says he never met his father. Quite an interesting conversation. You can catch the repeat later today, but you can also, watch it on YouTube, Channel 1 TV on YouTube. All right, let's bring you some more stories. Ablekuma North, how Akumsen used pepper spray in self-defense. That's according to Akosua Menu. How Akumsen used pepper spray in self-defense. Again, Ablekuma North rerun chaos, a stain on Ghana's democracy. Again, Akosua Menu speaking there. Fixed network challenges to curb robberies. Police to MTN. You understand that somewhere in the eastern region there's very bad signal, and so victims are unable to call the police for help. The police is asking the telcos to help fix that situation. Now, a former president, John Agyekum Kufuor, is here, and he says, quote, I am being sidelined. Kufuor laments neglect by NPP. I am being sidelined. Kufuor laments neglect by NPP. Former Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari dead. Former Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari dead. We understand that the President Bola Tinubu has directed that flags fly at half-mast for 7 days, and then the Vice President Shetima has been dispatched to London to accompany the body of the late Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari back to Nigeria. Our condolences to our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. Baumia visits our Kumsen following assault at Ablekuma North rerun and a host of other stories on citynewsroom.com as well as channel1news.com. But you can also go onto the Google Play Store and download the Channel One News app for up-to-date, real-time, current news. Alrighty, this is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensah.
For social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel One TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel One TV and let's grow together.
What's cooking? You are very welcome to the show where we stir up delicious meals. So who's Lali and who's Lola?
Okay, should we confuse her?
Give me small water. A little more than you pour everything. So now if the thing doesn't cook well,
It will be you. We share inspiring stories.
I was planning to move to Ghana and I was looking for tea. Whenever I come to Ghana on holiday, I was always looking for different types of tea.
You were really in the UK before?
Yeah, I was in the UK.
And we savor every single moment at the dining table.
I said, what's cooking? Nobody minded me. But as the judges here, in fact, all rise.
Why are you like this?
Because I'm going to judge here.
My name is Apioko Seyram Ashong Abe and I am your host. Apioko is enough for me, and here on the show, I'm ready to take you through everything that you need to know in the kitchen of kitchens.
Wow. It's beautiful. It's really lovely. Really fragrant. It's almost like perfume.
Yeah. What is macaroni pie? If you ask any Barbadian, they'll tell you that one of their favorite dishes is macaroni pie.
So it's time. Grab your apron, sharpen your knives, and get ready to get cooking with me right here on What's Cooking.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom, Kivo Pepper, and Susie Herbal Center.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadu as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who? by the system. Boku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yende, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed
in us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV, where politics gets real.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Nana Tufo-Boateng. Time now for the news review segment. I'll do a quick introduction of my guest this morning, and then we delve straight into the matters. To my immediate right, Ibrahim Ejay, former Assistant Secretary, Office of the former President. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nana Tufo.
Good to have you.
Likewise,
good to have you.
Thank you.
Elvis Dako is here, editor of the News Center newspaper, newscenter.com. Elvis, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you. So let's get straight into it. We're starting off, of course, everyone would expect, from Ablekuma North. The EC scheduled elections in 19 polling stations within the constituency to bring finality to the matter of this stalemate, if you like. This election was held on Friday the 11th, and there was so much chaos, so much violence that marred the beauty of the process. Ibrahim, I don't know if you were there. Were you?
No, I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
Yeah.
But I'm sure you must have observed the process.
Yeah.
So your initial reactions, because I don't know why in this day and age, where people are expected to go cast their ballots, go back home, allow party agents and the EC do their collation and declare a winner, people will still want to engage in violence in the elections. And you see, there's the fear that this will probably be a dress rehearsal for 2028.
Sure.
You share the same sentiment?
Of course. I mean, they say coming events cast their shadows. Yeah. And you'd think that we would have improved. By and large, the 2024 elections went off peacefully. I mean, we've got some, is it 50,000 plus polling stations, 56,000 something polling stations. Yes, there were instances where violence happened. You know, I'm talking Ablekuma North in itself in 2024. But what has happened, the failure of the security services, Nana Tufo, last Friday, is a travesty of our democracy. And I say that. It's a total failure. Because anything that was done by the security services was lip service. It was cosmetic, and rather it was counterintuitive. And I say that specifically because there was warning signals. We were on this platform, Elvis, last week with you, Nana Tufo, discussing this very issue about the rerun, and that there had to be security. The police cannot tell me, given the violence that had happened in that very same constituency.
Right.
You know, you had one, what do you call it, ballot box being burnt, when we were talking about 3 polling stations needed to be collated, just collated.
Yeah.
And I so much enjoyed what Elvis said last week. You've given a court order, declare and let the matter rest, and the EC failed to do that. I want to put the EC to a side. They're not on the table on this issue, personally. It's the security services. And within that, government, I mean, the silence of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is deafening. Deafening. And it's something that needs to be addressed. Because clearly, and nobody should try and say there's bias in my submission. Show me those of the NPP who were instigating the wanton violence that happened there. Show me, so that we can also put them in the dock. Clearly NDC activists. And we saw on social media how in the foreground of Jubilee House in Anatufo, you had these thugs being mobilized to go to Ablekuma North. It's there. And if you want to say, well, these are, what do you call it? Some had military fatigue. But in this day and age where we can determine who is military and who is quote unquote a thug, in terms of that grouping that we saw on social media. You want to be, when I say you, me, I want to be direct but still constructive in the submission that I want to make. The EC, and I think it happens in certain areas, when there is an election, by-election or the main election, we know that where the polling station is. Now, normally everybody can queue, and only when you get to the electoral offices, then you submit your voter's ID card, am I right? So that they can then verify you, then they use that indelible ink on your finger, and you go and vote. What we need to do now, Atiwa is coming.
Yeah. Akwatia.
Akwatia is coming. If you don't have a voter's ID card, they need to cordon off the area.
Yeah.
On average, when you do the maths, how many voters we have in Ghana registered by the number of polling stations? On average, it's around 389 people per polling station. On average, others are more. Say 400 people. And 400 won't come at one go.
Yeah.
So, you can cordon off the area where you're going to vote. So even before you get to the electoral office in Anatufo, present your ID card, your voter's ID card, so we know that you are legitimately meant to be there. So then you can join the queue. All other bystanders, you stand away some 50 meters or 100 meters away. This is what we need now to enact in order to bring sanity to Akwatia and, of course, 2028. Because what the NDC have shown, and I know they'll come back and say, you do me, I do you. We'll get there. What the NDC have shown clearly is that 2028, if we, the MPP, are not ready to meet them boot for boot, and I'm speaking as constructively as I can, but speaking to the reality on the ground, it will be chaos in 2028. And I'm not speaking in a way that I'm somehow prophesizing doom. But I'm open to the reality that we are all seeing.
Right.
And so government and security services, all parties, should understand that if there's no cure, you cannot somehow legislate for how individuals will protect their ballot papers, protect their ballot boxes, and protect their polling stations come 2028. And I believe that if we put in certain measures, this negativity that you're hearing in my voice today may not come to pass.
True.
Because EC, Electoral Commission, the police service, the army, all other security agencies can make sure that they show us examples of how the elections will be run moving forward. And Akwatia is a nice template for all these agencies that I mentioned to show us that, God willing, astaghfirullah, Ablekuma North was an aberration, was an exception to the rule that we are used to. Because generally Ghana, election-wise, apart from a few hotspots, we are generally peaceful. We are. That's why I mentioned that.
Indeed.
We are. So I don't want to make this flashpoint represent the totality. But we operate in a winner-takes-all system. When you win, you win.
You win.
If you lose, go home. And we want that 2028 is peaceful. I believe, inshallah, that it will be. I believe so. But if you don't prepare for the eventuality that I'm seeing, don't come and say, Ibrahim J, I do not prophesize it. I'm rather warning you, security services. And within that discussion also, all political parties as well, that we need to create an atmosphere of constructive dialogue and relationship amongst us as political parties. When we are on platforms like this, you see how, I mean, inshallah, it will be here soon. Our NDC compatriot will come, and we all get on so well. Why is it that when we're about to cast our ballot, and suddenly a different character comes out of all of us? But in this case, when I say all of us, who calls them? It's NDC. If it was NPP, I would say, but this one is clear. NDC thuggery on the loose. If you've been in opposition for 8 years and you feel that your party, I'm talking NDC, has not done you well during those years, though government gave opportunity to all, and this is how you want to do your revenge tactics, it's not on. And those who have been captured, moving forward, Nana Tufo, those who have been captured on air, live, their records are there, the faces are there. Today, you just put their face inside Facebook and what do you call it? Well, you know, when the photo recognition, you know, face recognition will show you that this is the person you're looking for. It's there right now. This is not some long story that the police have to do some logoligi to see who the people are. We also know them. But if nobody is coming forward to identify them, use the technology, identify them, pick them up, interrogate them, and let them answer what they were doing. You saw our deputy national youth organizer being stomped on. Were they trying to kill him? Clearly they were. Can you let these people be walking around right now? We should not tolerate that. Because what goes around comes around. And I'm praying that it does not come around. Because for those in the NDC who did this, politics is not a do or die affair. Somebody will take it personal and come after you personally, where NDC are not there to protect you. And the same goes for MPP. Should we also perpetrate that? Let me be balanced in my submission here. Sometimes you think you're acting for the party. When people say you do me and I'll find you and I'll do you personally, you think your party will be there? And we don't want this vigilante whereby my boys and your boys, there's turf war.
Vigilante groups are actually disbanded.
Sure. But I'm saying that I want some actors in this political space to understand the politics you are doing. You think you are doing good. When somebody is attacking you in a personal, private area, your party won't be there. So why create that opportunity for somebody to have a go at you personally? It's an election. And they will fail and let the winner be decided.
Right.
But what they've created for themselves, those individuals who did what they did, I mean, they were practically Howard Kumsun. The guy was flying like some Superman. I couldn't understand it. And then our national youth organizer, Honorable Akuya Friye, I mean, they were just attacking everybody. And NPP, we won't tolerate it. I want to sound this signal warning to those individuals, not to the NDC party. Because when we do that, then it's unfair to the majority of law-abiding members of the public who align with the NDC, who are not part of this. Sometimes when we are talking, we group everybody together like NDC4, and it's not the case. There are individuals, oftentimes they have nothing to do with the party, they just want to do something, get them small chop money, but understand this, that when you do what you did, there'll be a day of reckoning.
All right. Elvis, your thoughts. Journalists were attacked. Politicians were attacked. A former minister of state was attacked. We saw her on the floor. And it's been 3 days past. All the videos, all the pictures that have come out, we've not heard a word that says that any individual has been picked up yet.
Why are you surprised? I was warning you here.
Should that be the norm?
Was I not warning you here on Thursday? Was it on the same set? I told you that this country, we can continue to be pretending until finally all of us are hit by what we think that will never happen. And it will happen because we are pretending. And as long as the pretense continues, one day we'll be overtaken by all events. Anybody who says he did not expect what has happened is a pretender or is not following the political terrain in this country. I knew it was going to happen. I have no doubt in my mind that there was going to be violence. And I was on a network Friday morning and I said it. People were surprised. Why are you saying that? I said, it will happen. And it will happen in 2028. Yes. And people say, oh, you are. I said, it is the truth. It's the bitter truth. And until we are ready to face the bitter truth, we should forget about it. Okay? You cannot tell me that what we saw in 2024 elections, all the violence, and you are telling me that just 7 months down the line, they are going to do a rerun, and you say you don't expect violence. then you are not. Then you are not. You are either pretending, or you are not following events. You are either pretending, or you are not following events. But if you are not pretending, and you are following events, you expect that there's going to be massive violence, because we saw it in the 2024 elections, and there is nothing that is going to stop it from happening in Akwetia, and nothing will stop it from happening in 2028 elections. Because the security services are not there to protect anybody who is getting attacked.
Really?
They are in,
what are they there
no,
for?
you're asking me really. When we were showing the video, didn't you see security people running away?
And that's
No.
worrying.
Did you see the security people running away when the macho men were attacking the people?
And that's why I have a problem with the police.
So that should tell you that they are not there to protect the people. If they are there to protect people, people are being attacked, and security people are running away from the vigilante groups.
Then who are they deceiving? Then they shouldn't come to the
Are you
police
asking
station
me?
in the first place.
Police barricades are being removed by this point, destroyed. They were throwing police, but police people were running away from them. The people are right in front of them. And it is not, look at what is happening. It's not first time. You understand it?
Yeah.
We must, you see, as a country, if we are not ready to call people out and speak the truth, these things will keep occurring. Because we only pretend once the issue happened 3 weeks, 2 weeks, it is done. Violence started in Ghanaian elections from 2000. Who has forgotten about Azoka boys? Who has forgotten about the Hawks of the NDC? Azoka and the Hawks, they are about 3 different groups. Who has forgotten about the Boga Bulldogs of the NPP? Who has forgotten about the
Delta forces?
The Delta Force. Who has forgotten about those invisible forces? We are only pretending. And when we pretend in this country, that's what happened. We've seen a lot of violence. Who has forgotten about also what has happened? After the commission's report, who got punished? We ended up passing a vigilante law in 2019 before 2020 elections. All the things that happened in 2020 election, give me one of the cases that have been successfully prosecuted as we speak today. Give me one case that has been successfully prosecuted after 2020 elections violence. Okay? 2024, after the elections, when all the violence was good, police, they have arrested this, they have been granted bail. 7 months the line. Tell me any single case that you have any update on. We cannot be doing these things and then we sit down and pretend as if all is well. Once we talk to and it's like the thing, the talk is ended. That's the end of everything. Give me successful prosecution of people who engage in violence during elections in this country. Give me 5.
So when we fail to punish crime, it emboldens others.
But what do you expect? What do you expect? Give me successful prosecutions. So you see, we are not doing the right thing. We are pretending, and then we have in our mind that so long as we are pretending and covering it up and not talking about it, it means it won't happen. That is a mindset that is utopian. Okay? Because see, the NDC started with vigilante groups. The NPP also said, no, we can't sit down for you people to come and do these things to us regularly. We also form our vigilante. They also did. It became a clash of the titans in terms of vigilante groups in this country. We did it up to 2019. After I was we said, no, this can't continue. So let's stop it. We passed a law against vigilantism in this country, right? We passed a law. There's a law, okay, in this country. 2020, it happened in the election. Nobody got punished. The law is there. Nobody used the law against anybody. 2024, it happened. The law is there. Nobody used the law against anybody. And you think that a by-election is going to happen at Blakemanoff and nobody will engage in violence. We are just a bunch of pretenders in this country. And this is what is going to land all of us in a big trouble one day. I said that people say I'm predicting doom for the country. I'm not predicting doom. I'm giving you the 10 of events and the direction the country is heading. After this attack, where you heard NPP people, they say, oh, we made a mistake by disbanding our vigilante groups. It's about time we reform them. Because if we made a law and said there's no vigilantism, and for which we have been disbanded our own as a party, and NDC as a party see it necessary to reform their own, and they form their own, and NDC's own is working, and now you people they are being beaten, then people too must also reform. You have heard the narratives, and don't be surprised that this vigilante group will form as quickly as possible. And in 2028, it's going to be vigilante versus vigilante. Because nobody is willing to apply the law against anybody. The security services, when you go and touch somebody, their government is in power. You'll be transferred to a village where there's no police station. That is where you should go and work. So they also are careful of the way they do their work, because the state, the people of Ghana have failed to protect them. We have left them to the control of the politicians. That is why we propose the setting up of an independent police complaints commission, which will make sure that politicians are not able to use the police anyhow. NDC government rejected it. NPP government rejected it, because politicians know that there are times they will need to use these people for their own gain, and they should not be punished. And the police have also understood the language. NDC is in power. If their boys are misbehaving, they will not touch them. Because if you touch them, the constitutional executive can make sure that you are transferred to a village where there's no police station. It will be done. And it has happened in this country, and it's still happening. So they are police people. They will want to keep their job. They don't want to be sent to a village somewhere where there's no police station. They say you are transferred, they go and work there. It has happened in this country. So they are also looking at their parties in power. That's why the country wants to be governed. If it's politically motivated issues, no punishment. Leave them. When ordinary Ghanaians make a mistake, that one deal with them. But when they are politically aligned, that one when you deal with them, especially when their party is in power, you are in trouble as a security person. So the best you can do is to run away and let the politicians fight it out. At the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. Because the police will not do anything about it. Not because they don't want to do it, but because when they attempt to do it, the politicians go behind and punish them for doing their work. And the public is not there to support them, to fight for them against the politician. So if the public they are supposed to protect will not defend them when the politician is attacking them and punishing them and transferring them to places as punishment, what do they expect the security people to do? They have nothing, because they are under the control of the executive. That is what we have done in this country. So if there's a vigilante law and 2020 there's violence, nobody gets punished, nobody goes to jail. No successful prosecution of any of the cases as we speak today. 2024, violence, 7 months down the line, no successful prosecution. The law is not working. And then you see a by-election and think that, look, the NDC will continue to organize their people, bring them, cause violence, NPP will form their vigilante groups. 2028, the security people will sit there, they will be quiet observers, the two political parties will fight it out, the stronger one will beat the other one. At the end of the day, 3 weeks, 1 month after the elections, whoever wins, we talk about it, we cover it up, and we say we are moving on. But one day, it's going to land all of us in a situation where you cannot live in this country peacefully. You cannot live. This is just 19 police stations. And 19 police stations, you will not say that security people are overwhelmed and distributed across Ghana because it's a national election. Before this, they issued a statement and said they are well prepared to make sure that this election there's no violence. The police issued a statement. But we can see in the videos, when people are being beaten, police will run away. Police on barricade are being pulled down, knocked down, and the police are run away. The people are right in front of them, knocking down their barricades, and the police is scared because they know that the party is in power. If they touch them, tomorrow you'll be there, get transferred, go to this community, you go there, and there's no police station, but you have been transferred there. It has happened in this country, and that is what the situation is. So you see, if we don't stop pretending, if we don't stop calling people out, if we don't stop, if we don't call people out, if we don't demand, if we don't demand, see, all the civil society are quiet. All the civil today, even with the media, how many of us even make it a major issue on our front pages? Okay, we will not make it because we think that it has been normalized as part of our elections. When we have elections, whether general elections or there should not be people should not be punished. 8 people died in 2020 elections. 8 people. Up to now, not single successful prosecution of any of those people. People accused of those orchestrating it. 8 lives were lost. Not a single successful. You can't tell me that one case has been concluded. Today we are in 2025. It's almost 5 years after elections in 2020, when 8 people died, and we cannot point to the fact that in this particular case, the case has got a successful conclusion. The person was cleared, or the person has been found convicted. No, and you expect that when they said this will not happen. Look, NDC is ready to retaliate what happened to their people in Ayawaso West, a Wogon. They are ready. They also want to make sure they also do something to NPP people so that their people will be happy. So what happened is expected, and Akwetia, whether I like it or there will be violence, and 2028 there will be violence because the state has refused to apply a law that we passed in 2029 against vigilantism. It has happened in 2020. It's happened in 2024 elections. It has happened in ours. Nothing will be done to any of the perpetrators.
Thank you, Elvis. Let's say good morning to Victor Kwajoga Daudu, member of the NDC's legal and communications team. Good to have you. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's a pleasure. I miss this panel.
Yeah.
I miss this panel, but I'm sure that I don't take this panel for granted. It's always a joy to be here.
Good to have you. Good to have you. We're dealing with Ablekuma North, and your party actually stands accused. The accusation is that you are weaponizing past incidents or previous events for political convenience. Case in reference, Ayawaso West Wogo.
Let me say good morning to our cherished viewers and good morning to everybody. I think that so far, the way we are going by our elections, it is unfortunate. Instead of growing democracy that we've been practicing, we should be able to grow. It's become an issue of retaliation. It's an issue of, it's a payback time. They did it to us. Nobody spoke. The people we were looking up to did not take immediate step to make sure that this is nipped in the bud. Let's differentiate and distinguish it. You know, by-elections, every by-election has come with its own baggages.
Yeah.
And the by-elections, it is like everybody puts their emotions, every Tom, Dick, and Harry within the party echelon wants to be present to be seen at by-election. When people who don't even come from that constituency, everybody is in there, and you know, people come in for various reasons, different reasons why they are there. Some to settle personal scores, you know, just because they've been offered a platform that is a by-election, and there's people who have had long-standing issues with each other. Most of this, I don't like to use tags or hoodlums, you know, I don't like that tag. But these people are there because they've had differences with each other, personal scores. They think that that is a platform. When they meet, then there'll be bloodbath. I think it's unfortunate that what has happened. And for us as people, we need to look at it. What has been the remote cause? It's an issue of, yes, some people have done it against us, but we must forgive them. But when you forgive and another time comes, do they repeat the same thing or do they also forgive? I think this is the crux of the matter. When I saw what happened in Ablekuma, especially where the journalists who bring us the information, why will the journalists be attacked? So that's why I'm telling you that people go there for different reasons. If you don't have anything to hide, your hands are not tainted, why will you attack a journalist? Because journalist is filming or is going to bring that to the doorstep of the public, the information. So it is the ulterior motive somebody may have, because I want to come in to perpetrate violence. So I don't want to be captured on camera. That will be one of the reasons. A former member of parliament, you see, for me, it was unfortunate to say. But however, when she got there, if you look at the videos, when she got there and the people started protesting that we don't want you at the polling station, intelligence will have told her that, no,
you have to leave.
I have to leave. Because the people already are set, you know, the platform, the tension over there will not. And, you know, let the truth be told. Whilst she was there, from the video you could see that she was praying. There was a spray. I don't know whether it's a pepper spray. People are saying it's pepper spray, but something.
But we told it was in self-defense.
But why will you even go to a polling station holding pepper spray? What was the motive? You're just going to polling station to monitor. Why will you? That is what aggravated the whole issue. If she hadn't, no, people had been there. Party officials from the NPP had been there. Why weren't they attacked? That is the cause, the immediate cause.
The NPP deputy organizer was attacked. Was he spraying anybody?
No.
Was he spraying anybody?
No. Why wasn't? Yes, you see,
he wasn't spraying anything.
Others were there. Okoboy and the rest, weren't they there? Who attacked them? You see, she should have known. I've always said that if you live by the sword, you might die by the sword. You see, it's unfortunate. If you meet Hawa, I haven't met her personally, dealt with her. But you see, the optics and the brand Mavis Hawa Koomson is associated with violence, which may not be good for her. Because you see, the brand always people think because Kaswa, but she might not be the same. Because what people may say about you, what they peddle about you, may not be you when you meet the person.
But Council, that's not justification for what happened.
No, it's not justification. What I'm saying is that what she got in there and saw that the tension, intelligence should have told her that this place is not a safe place for you. Right? I go to places when I realize that the situation on the ground will not augur well. I think it should go. Now, you see the hypocrisy that comes with, yes, it should be condemned, that even though she started with the spray where they wanted to demobilize her, they went in, and unfortunately, she was maltreated and manhandled, right? The issue is that once this has happened, yes, we need to condemn it in uncertain terms, right? At the end of the day, this had happened previously. And, you know, they are calling on the president to come out and at least make a statement. Yes, I will agree with them to call on the president because this is a president that we have elected. We know he's peaceful. He's a unifier. He's somebody binds the people together. And he stands tall when it comes to this. We should not gauge it and say that because the previous regime, when it happened, they refused to comment. They refused to fix it, to say, I think that the call is in the right direction, that he's the father. That is why I'm sure all that were happening, people realized that, no, we cannot continue this way. We were going in the opposite direction. We're not going in the right direction. That is why that massive win or landslide victory for him. So I'm sure that this is, it is the police, because when you see the police were not armed. The police were not armed.
Right.
And they were more than the police. The police could not control.
I see. So that's why when you mentioned that the former minister intelligence should have told her to leave the venue.
Exactly.
Same intelligence should have given the police insights or to be able to project or predict some of these happenings. And of course, prepare adequately for it. Because we were told by the police that there will be no violence, they will provide security and all that. But look at what we saw.
Yeah. So for me, the police has questions to answer. Especially when even a senior police officer has to slap people.
Yeah.
Why? We didn't see this. A professional. We didn't see this. So I think that the police need to up their game. And once they sit down and analyze what has gone on, and we are having a next by-election, it's unfortunate that we've lost somebody. Was even to mourn with him, we are thinking about another election, and we are preaching brimstone, bloodbath that is going to happen in Akwatia. I think the IGP, this is a litmus test to you. I'm sure that they may have taken it granted that it is only 19 polling stations. It's not going to be like it's a whole constituency. There's going to be a by-election, and something went wrong. But I think it is time that anybody, I've seen some few videos flying on social media, there will be brimstone, there will be bloodbath. I think that it is time for national security and to pick those individuals. Pick those individuals and put them behind the bars. Once Akwatia is going on, whether they will be there. You know, these are things that
what of
we
those
need.
seen in the video attacking others?
Why not? Crime is a crime. A crime has no color, right? A crime has no color. So there is need to be investigation. You see, I always give an example, like what I was saying about the former minister, Howard. It's not to say that that is our fear. You know, those days, the feared name, when it comes to NDC, those days, was Azoka.
Azoka, yeah.
Azoka and his boys. You know, but apparently the fear over there that when you see Azoka and his boys, when I meet Azoka, sometimes he say, oh, my lawyer. And even his boys, they are always ready to provide you with some protection, extend some pacific gestures to you. But you see outside, the brand Azoka alone, until you realize that he has been able to move into the leadership, and now Azoka is not what we always think Azoka is. That is what I would advise the former minister, that that branch is associated with some negativity, that she should be able to work on the brand. To say that, look, always they say, Mavis Kumsin, this is what it does. Deeper is that are the political parties saying that they don't know these men who go around with them? What was the genesis of this vigilantism? It was because the parties felt that they were at weak points, that when they are in opposition, the state institution, especially the police, were not ready to provide them that needed security.
Right.
That's why this had been brought. And that's where we went on in 2019 to make sure that this vigilante thing is disbanded. But what happened? It just went down, and still those were there. Now, this young men and the people, most of them will want to provide you that security. Why? If they are providing you that security, is to make sure, in the first place, is to make sure that there is peace, to make sure that nobody attacks you, right? So whilst they are there to provide that security and peace, why should it be the opposite? That there should be fight, there should always be agitation. And they know each other. It's not like they don't know each other. That's where sometimes I don't believe, and I say it is mostly about personal scores that they want. But as a nation, can we always be paying lip service to what happens?
Right.
No, it must get to a point we say enough is enough. We should be able to get to a point to say that where there is by-election, we should not expect people, the top echelon, everybody descending there. It should be left to the constituency. It should be left to them. But once people come in, every day they are coming in, what do we see? You know, I think for us as a nation, where we've gotten in our democracy, we are making retrogression, and it's not good.
All right, Victor, thank you. Let me take a few messages, then I'll go around on what should happen going forward. Okay, this one says, good morning to four. What evidence does Elvis have in the allegations he's making concerning the politicians going behind to punish the police who are mandated by law to perform their duties? These allegations are totally unfounded and have no basis. Well, that's from where you sit. From where he sits, he sees a different thing happening. This one says, violence anywhere, anytime is violence triggered by a misunderstanding. But what happened in Ablekuma North seemed to have no catalyst. It appears some individuals in government bent on retaliation purposely unleashed these thugs on anybody who is MPP at the polling station. These individuals must be fished out. Pascal Dunyo from Afife, you sent that. Good morning, not to say much. I think the EC as an organization will have to start taking action on issues on election. If possible, they will need a security service of their own purposely for elections, or the state will have to change its constitution, or the Electoral Commission will need to start taking thugs to court themselves. Okay. Good morning, sir. Trust you guys are doing great. Election violence started in 1992 elections by a military unit called 64. The abuse and intimidation then was unbearable. Let's be factual with the analysis. The root cause of all these vigilante groups started during the PNDC era. This is William Amojedu from Pong Katamanso there. All right, Ibrahim, what should happen? How do we stop this? Because elections won't end today.
Sure.
We have future elections coming. So how do we end this?
It's about deterrence now. it's been mentioned, if criminals are allowed to go scot-free, you embolden them. Why is it that all of us don't go to the bank and steal? Because we know there are consequences.
Right.
So unless we take action for those who we can identify visually on the TV, and if the government won't do something, it's for we, especially the MPP, to take that decision and prosecute those individuals. That's why I gave the warning that you may find that those who perpetrated this will have a private vigilante against them. I'm not wishing for that. It's back and forth. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Who am I to say that following Ayahuasca West Wogon, something didn't happen to certain individuals within the MPP? But unless, if we want to grow this nation, government has to, the justice has to make its name and its voice heard by making sure that those that we found, at least captured, are duly prosecuted. But Elvis has made mention, 2020, 8 people died. How many have been prosecuted? I remember 2012 elections at the Cantamanto police station. 2 people killed in front of the police station. This is 2012. Up to date, nothing has happened. I'm sure, and the NDC will also give us their litany of examples. And this one, I'm talking in this environment, nobody has clean hands, both NDC and MPP. But in order for us to chart the way forward, this is where we draw the line and say, okay, we're going to take action. If government won't, it's for we, civil society, the MPP party as a whole, has to make sure that we see the law through. And let's find out whether a judge, with this prima facie evidence, will allow certain people to go scot-free. And I disagree with what my brother Victor is saying regarding Hawa Kumsun. If you look at the chronology of events, she was not instigating an attack. When they were rushing to her, then she used a pepper spray. 2, there's a lot of women who carry pepper spray or mace with them because of sexual attack, generally. So I think sometimes we have to be careful. If somehow we victimize the victim, that Hawa Kumsun, your intelligence, yes, you can make that point, Victor. Your intelligence should have told you to stay away. But then, where do you draw the line? If you take Hawa Kumsun out of the equation, our Deputy National Youth Organizer, what did he do? Our parliamentary candidate, Nana Akua Freye, what did she do? What did the EIB journalists do? I saw other footage where a woman was in line, and this thug came out and was just harassing her by the waist. I don't know if he choked her, but she did this like, achumi. I don't know if you saw that one. I mean, and bear in mind, there are many incidences that we have not seen because it was not captured. So the way forward, we have to, with a determined effort. And this is where we can build a bridge. I'm talking when NDC, I doubt it will happen, but NDC and MPP can say, these are the people, and we support the prosecution and let the courts decide. I doubt that NDC will join us in that litigation, that court action, but the courts must do their job and bring these people to justice. That's how you deter moving forward. And last 30 seconds, as I said before, on average, we have 41,096 polling stations in Ghana. Divided that by 16 million registered, comes to 390 people per polling station, 400 per in the whole. So we know that this is the polling station. Before you get to the electoral officer and show your card, which is far gone, at the moment you enter, it's cordoned off, a block jeme. Only those with the card can enter. Then all those other actors on whichever political divide are kept far away. I'm speaking to 2028. A quartet can be a template. Cordon off the area. If you don't have the voter ID card for this polling station, I beg, free go home, or stay around 100 meters away. At least we can have sanity where people are going to queue and cast their ballot, because it's only 400 people per polling station across the 10 hours of the day. You get people coming in 10 at a time, 2 at a time. That's how we can bring sanity. We cordon off the polling station, allowing only those with a voter ID to come in.
Very well. Elvis, going forward.
There's no going forward. We are just where we are. Until we decide.
CSOs, Peace Council.
Oh, forget about this thing. It doesn't do anything. See, the thing
even
is,
the Peace Council.
Oh, Apu, all this already have been there. What? And sometimes, stop. You see, sometimes, I hate it when we pretend in this country.
Even the Peace Council cannot do anything.
Where were they in 2020? Was Peace Council not in existence?
So it's
2024
just,
election.
so it's just
When 2024 was Peace Council not in existence.
It was.
Able Kumara was it Peace Council in existence?
It was.
So what are you telling me? Why are we not looking at the reality and face it? We want to always please ourselves. We are going to die one day.
So how do we face this reality?
The violence will make Ghana ungovernable for all of us. One day. You have all the money, you have all this, but you can't leave your home. Because the situation has escalated beyond control. This is what it is. We cannot continue to be pretending. Why do we pretend in this country? Peace Council what? Peace Council have been in this country, 8 people have been killed in 2020 election. What happened? 2012, what happened? 2024, what happened? We must tell ourselves that we are failing ourselves. We are going on a path that can lead us to destruction. We must say it. Crime has no expiry date. Let's fish out people and put them there. And jail them, let the court decide that the person is guilty. People maim people. Go and see the Ayala so West Gogon guy. Some of them have become persons with disability. Some of them have legs amputated. Who has given them justice? The 8 that died in 2020, who has given them justice? The many people that were macheted in various by-elections in this country, who has given them justice? And you are not giving people justice and you expect peace to prevail. How can there be peace when there's no justice? Where can there be peace when there's no justice? Retribution will continue until we begin to deliver justice. So long as we are not willing to deliver justice, retribution will be the solution. Because if the state cannot protect me, if the state cannot make sure that when somebody offends me, the person gets punished, then we must find a way of defending ourselves. We must find a way of repaying people for what they have done to us. And we are not willing to talk about this. And then you go and talk Peace Council, Peace that, this ESO and all that. We didn't make the law for Peace Council. We made a law that if you do this, it's a criminal offense. Let the law deal with you. Why are we leaving the law aside and then we'll now be pretending and be creating all kinds of organizations as if the law has been made for fun? As long as we are not delivering justice in this country for electoral violence, we cannot stop electoral violence. If somebody is in jail for 10 years for killing somebody and the investigation shows that the person actually killed the person unnecessarily because of election, the person has been jailed for 10 years. If somebody macheted somebody is in jail for 5 years, then somebody will know that there is punishment for doing this nonsense. But I'm telling you that check from 2000 to now, give me 5 cases of people who have caused such mayhem and have been successfully jailed. In Talensi by-election, we saw somebody shooting into the crowd. It was captured on video. Security told us that they can't find the person. Up to today, we don't know who is the person. We can't find the person. What are we talking about in this country? We are pretending and the thing is getting worse, it's getting worse, and we are pretending. We pretended and went to pass a law in 2019, and 2020, 8 people died. It
happened,
And in 2024, we saw all the violence in this country. Police said we have arrested some people, they have been granted bail. That has become the end of the case. And we are not going to face these issues and talk about it. The person said the test, if he has a police friend or no people, they should go and ask them about when they take action against politicians, the kind of punishment that they are giving. The person should talk to the police. That anytime, even when they arrest somebody just for reckless driving when it's a politician, should go and find out how the politicians pass back to make sure that those people are punished. If you know, you will not be here. I know any police person listening to me knows that I'm telling the truth. That when they do things, they apply the law to politicians, they get punished for applying the law to politicians. And then we are pretending that we don't know that this happened, but we know that the thing is happening. And we are not taking steps to safeguard the police from political control. So when you say have an independent police complaints commission that will make sure that people are dealt with, so that when the politicians tell them go and do so, no, there's a law that if I try, I will be punished. They said no, NDC rejected it, NPP rejected it as all in government. And then we are sitting there pretending like nothing is happening. I'm telling you, look, you will be killed and the police will stay there, they will pretend like they didn't see it. You saw it. When people were being attacked, the police people were running away.
Police actually turned and looking
there. They were looking elsewhere. Their own barricades were being removed and they were looking elsewhere. And instead of us sitting there and say, this is wrong, let's punish people. You are talking about peace council, civil society, and the community and community. Your community will not solve the problem.
Right.
Until we deliver justice, there will be retribution. Right. Because if your brother, your family member, your friend or colleague get named because of an election, there's no way you will not want to seek retribution when the state fails to deliver justice on your behalf. There's no way you will not seek retribution. How Akumsin issue came, whatever was done was unjustifiable. But the NDC now shared videos and said, this is their member attacked by How Akumsin's guards, and the guy is dead.
Yeah.
They were sharing videos of a guy that was attacked by How Akumsin's guards.
Yeah.
According to the NDC, bodyguards, and the guy is now dead. You think if that person is your family, or your party member, your colleague, your schoolmate, your church member, whatever it is, you will not seek retribution for that person. So we should stop the pretense.
Right. Obvious, thank you. Victor, you have the final take on what should happen next to stop some of these things.
I agree that justice must be served.
True.
Because people have been named. Look, I remember I was doing this Ayawa, so were to get compensation. We went to National Security, the process just told, and that was all. You know, and the thing that the pain there. Now, whilst we have not emboldened or empowered the police and the judiciary to take charge of this electoral violence, we will see this continuing. Because at the end of the day, it is the same politicians who come back and say, oh, this is our boy, this is it. Now, beyond that, we've seen it when the MPP tried to go to court, the Delta in Kumasi. What did we see? When they arrested some of their boys, what did we see?
They went into the court.
They went into the court. And so that gives us a pointer that, look, will this be a solution to it? Now, for me, what I think is that, you see, let's give some moratorium. It has happened. We can't cry over spilled milk. Let's bring this vigilantes, let's bring the police. We know the real issue. Now, when they are able to kind of say, oh, I'm sorry, I did this, there's a kind of reconciliation. And we know the problem, we say, we are cleaning the slates. But from this point going on, anybody who crosses the line, this is what has to be done. I think that would be the point where the people who get involved themselves will tell us the flashpoint, things that happen before they go for the by-election, the preparation. The police, they know. So if all of us come together, devoid that, oh, we are sitting on camera and somebody will identify me that I was the one who did this to this person, just devoid of all those, I think that when we sit down, we organize a dialogue as a nation that, look, we have a problem. How do we resolve it? The perpetrators, the participants, everybody who comes will give us an idea about how we solve this. It is not only about passing law. We have the laws, we have beautiful, it is the enforcement. Once people are scared now that we'll have to revenge, I think that when we are able to come together, and it's a kind of national healing conference. It's a healing conference that we have. People come, they see their brother and say, you maimed my brother, but I have forgiven you. Right? When we have such a thing and document it, people will tell you their experience. Why they always believe that they're so bitter, they want to hurt other persons. When I'm sure we have a blueprint, we'll be able to chart a course and say that, look, this is what our parents did. If I know you maimed my father, no matter what happens, I would come back to avenge. Right? But I think that we've gotten to a point, if we can get the clarity. For National Peace Council and the rest, look, I'll tell you, the parties, they don't trust them. It's a talk shop. They'll go and speak. But if we get some of this, our clergy, the pastors and the rest, and all the perpetrators, they come in, I'm sure there will be a way forward. And we tell them that, look, yes, for the past sins, go and sin no more. But from this point going, these are the stringent things we are putting in place. And no matter whose us is God, if you exceed the limit, this is what we are going to do to you. I think that's the kind of thing we should be looking at. But to say prosecute, it will be a kind of something to resemble a prosecution. At the end of the day, it does not. Let's empower our people, have something like a dialogue, then we'll be able to see. I'm sure we've had something like those before when Agojo, even before he had his issue, he was explaining that, look, this is a situation. So how do you think we can curb political violence when you have put all the politicians ahead and at the end of the day, we report to them? I'm sure that we have people, just people are quiet, they don't want to. And it is the vengeance that makes them feel that it is time to back. I think the Akwatia issue they are talking about, it should be a test case that we should have people, that the leaders of this nation should come together and say that, look, no, not even a single person should die just because somebody should become an MP.
Right. Very well, thank you. This message here says, dear host, while I do not encourage violence in any form or shape, the assault unleashed on Hawa Kumsin was completely avoidable. Good morning, Charles Champon in the Western North region sent that. Gym is for health, not politics. Let's focus on wellness, not violence. Protect our communities, not politicians' interests. Prince from Elembele district, and he says, good morning to Elvis, the most realistic. All right, let's take a break here. Remember, the show is interactive. Send in your thoughts, your comments, your contributions. When we come back, we'll read some more of your messages, and then we'll move to some other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
No matter how far you run away, you always come back to where you started.
Tortured, mutilated, fingers cut off. I can lend you the money. My boss believes in giving players another chance.
You don't know what to do if you don't have the money to pay back. Come listen to me.
Sir, it's done.
Good. 1 week, that's all you got to pay up.
You've been gambling. Again.
Unfortunately, we're still chasing shadows. He's clearing the board to make way for something bigger.
How could you do this to us, God? Who's there?
I can fix this.
Life can get hectic, and sometimes we forget to prioritize our well-being. That's where Vano Mineral Water steps in. A refreshing solution packed with essential minerals, Vano Mineral Water keeps you hydrated and balanced. Whether you're at home or work, Vano Mineral Water is there to keep you going. Don't let a busy schedule hinder your health. Make Vano Mineral Water a part of your daily routine. Share the love with Vano Mineral Water, the choice for a healthy, vibrant you.
This advert is FDA approved.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild? Let's fix this together. Join the evolution, join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8th at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference, it's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency.
Mommy,
chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm in rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. We're having the news review segment. Victor Adawudu is here. Elvis Darko is also here, as well as Ibrahim J. Let me take a few more of your messages. You can also send in your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. This one says, the hypocrisy in this country is that we tend to ask for accountability when we ourselves are not ready for it. Both NDC and NPP should bring forth these criminals perpetuating violence to be prosecuted. Else, we should just keep quiet and move on. Elvis is very right. The NDC should stop referring to previous violence like what happened in Ayawaso, West Wuogon, and condemn the acts of the thugs. We can't be given rebuttals. Paul Akapanga from Bolgatanga said that a lot needs to be changed in our constitution, and the constitution is our problem because the constitution protects the highs and turns blind eyes to the poor, and it's unfair. Mr. Darko, I am with you. Hello, team. I fully support what Elvis is saying. There is no way forward if justice is not served to lawbreakers. We cannot pretend things will just change out of the blue. Isaac from Ashaiman. Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. In my humble opinion, the EC should be held responsible for the problems that we're all going through at Ablekuma North at the moment. They have demonstrated pure incompetence in handling the issue. And okay, in any case, how can scan copies from a particular... Okay, you are going back to the actual dispute itself regarding the pin sheets and all. That's Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm sending us that one in. Okay, so let's move on to some other matters and look at Ghana-US relations and, of course, visa acquisitions and the revisions that have been made by the U.S. Embassy. Now, you are going to be given 3 months, single entry. And for some, it is a sovereign country and they choose what to do. For others, they believe that this revision in the visa or the visa that the U.S. gives will more or less take away or destroy or alter the plans of people seeking to live and work in the USA. Victor, let me start with you. This news of visa revisions by the US of A. I believe it's a sovereign country. It's their country, their laws. What's your take on this?
I think when it comes to foreign policy and international relations, you will get to know that there is not always a permanent interest. There is always momentarily they decide what is in their interest. And I think that as a sovereign country that you have said, yes, they have their decision, what they want to do. U.S. always want to behave like the father of all.
The village headmaster.
Yeah, I get it. This is what we want to dictate the pace, especially when they believe that they want something and you are not being amenable to them in that way. But I think that at the end of the day, it is all looking at the immigration. We know with the Trump administration, it is tough on immigration issues. And when you look at it, these are some of the things that they even issued a warning, trying to ban people to travel from Ghana and some countries.
Right.
I think that what they have done is that they are looking at the circumstances and the rest. And it is more about people coming in to stay, immigrants to come and work. And I think this is one of the measures they are thinking that will help them curb the issue of the immigration, the getting immigrants in there. Yes, as Archbishop John Karen Williams said in his prayer, that we want to see a Ghana one day that we will all stay here, work here.
Yeah.
That we will only travel outside the country for vacation, that we will have the kind of needed education. Most people travel here, especially the students, just because to get the education, the technology, and be able to come back home. You know, so some of these restrictions that are being put, it's a way going to help us. I think that whilst we are the receiving end, we should take it as an opportunity. Whilst these disadvantages are, we take it as an opportunity to be able to strengthen our people, make sure that this is a habitable, this place becomes a meaningful place we can live, that we can also make a living. I'm sure that our leaders are looking at all this because it also comes with all other attendant issues.
Yeah.
Because we have our kings and kings all in the US. And what even comes in for us at the end of the day, the FIDs and the rest that comes in, the remittance and the rest.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were even trying to tax the remittances that comes in.
It's a proposal that
it's a proposal on the table that they want to tax the remittances that our people send. After they've gone through this menial job, they have worked hard to bring something back home. So for me, I think that yes, the foreign mission, our foreign affairs and the rest should be able to contact the mission, the diplomacy. It should be a diplomacy that we should be able to have them and see that what will be in for us to, as a win-win situation, mutually benefit for all of us as a country, because we cannot say that we do not need them. We cannot say that we will not go there.
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly.
And they also need us. They need some of our things. They need our cocoa. They need our gold, our things. That most of the times they want to also use our places as our air base and the rest. So these are things that we should be able to leverage on and say that, look, there's still barter system, the trade-offs. I think that we should be able to push for the benefit of our people.
Right.
Because we have a lot of our people outside there. We have our siblings, others who are there. And we should see the difficulties that they may go through. I'm sure some of this came out of the issues that we had recently, the embassy, the scandal, and the rest. Whilst they feel that there has been some scandal, they now have to zoom on us and make sure that we want to see whether really this is the kind of scam that we had or it is not of that huge magnitude. So I'm sure that it calls on our diplomats, the career diplomats and others that they have to redouble their effort for the benefit of our people and for the benefit of their country.
Right.
But as you said, they decide what they want to do. But I'm sure that once we are able to forcefully put up our points, put up our case, I'm sure that this revision, we will see it as time goes on.
Very well. There's a story in the Daily Graphic. I just want to read a quote from the Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy here in Ghana. The story is titled, New Visa Policy Not About Length of Stay. U.S. Embassy Clarifies. And there's a quote here, and this is from Rolf Olsen. He's the Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy. Quote, the 3-month period is how long you have to enter the United States. It's not about how long you have to stay in the United States. And that's a common misperception. Understandably, all these can be quite confusing. So, for example, today is July 9. If you were issued a visa today, it would expire on October 8 or 9, whatever 3 months is, he said. So, Ibrahim, your understanding of this?
Very much, yeah. Let's understand something. The basis for this change is reciprocity.
Yeah.
Do me, I do you. That's what they say. Yeah. But I learned the release from the Honorable Foreign Minister, Okuchizo Blackwell, that in terms of the U.S., they received 40,000 applications between January and I think May or so. over 70% of those ones given to U.S. citizens coming to Ghana were multiple entry for 5 years, over 70%. So this do me or do you does not apply in terms of the reciprocity that the U.S. is saying.
Right.
Then later we heard another release from the U.S. State Department saying that it's not just about, we are matching what you give our citizens in terms of the visas, but also because Ghanaians are overstaying.
Right.
And this is the way, manner in which they can check, those who are coming into the country and against the validity that they're giving. And so people are being encouraged, when I say people, government is being encouraged to give some kind of, education on, as you've just done right now on that piece. Because the F1 visa is the student visa.
Yeah.
Now, the F1 visa normally lasts for the duration of your academic year.
Yeah.
So let's say you're on a 3-year course or 5-year course. That visa is valid for that period. What it's doing now is this: when you leave the country, holiday, visiting family, you have to now reapply. Hopefully you'll get it, but of course it's an additional cost to who? You, the student. Because normally it's multiple, you can travel 100 times until your course finishes. So now anytime you come for holidays, blow on your Joe, what have you, you have to now reapply.
Yeah.
On the business and tourist, which is the B1 and the B2, you're right. I thank you for letting our viewers on Channel 1 know. You're given 3-month visas, 3 months to enter.
Yeah.
B1 and B2 visas give you up to 6 months to stay, even though before you can get 5 years. Now you get 3 months to enter, and then 6 months to stay within the country, as it is now. And it's so that American customs officers can really monitor. And a word of caution to those who overstay. Right now, everybody is digitally captured. They know your WhatsApp because they ask for it. Even Facebook posts are now being captured. So when you overstay and they see that you are WhatsApping within America, because it'll ping. It'll triangulate your position and say, this is your IP address and you're in America. So you think you've overstayed, you've gone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. They know that you are still in the country. Are you going to say, well, I gave the phone to my niece, I'm actually in Ghana? Those things won't work. So there are digitally innovative ways in which you can be monitored while you're in America. And I would encourage everybody who gets that opportunity, when you go, come back. You will often get your visa approved when they see that you've gone by the law and returned back. But people feel scared. I don't want to go back. But they'll find ways to get you. Now with ICE, immigration service in America, they'll find ways to get you. They're going to where immigrants normally go. Your car wash, restaurants, farms, building sites, where oftentimes it's cash in the hand. But those areas are now being monitored. So that's my caution there. In terms of why it happened, Victor was right. There could be some soft power at play, but it's happened to Nigeria as well. So we're not in a vacuum, whereby what happened with the embassy, and they're looking to maybe make sure that we are more stringent in how we issue passports, that valid citizens are indeed the holders of Ghanaian passports. That may be an area there. Whether or not, and I doubt it, Jim Risch, the senator from Idaho, he made that tweet saying that instead of us paying China, we should pay them. And personally, I enjoyed how Akujeto Ablakwa gave it back to him. Some would say it's not diplomatic. Where Akujeto Ablakwa erred, for me, he said that, look, you owe us for reparations. You just diluted the message. Reparations, I'm talking slavery, has nothing to do with this. Who are you going to pay the reparations to? Understand that Africans were selling Africans during the slave trade. Okay? That's not to somehow dismiss, the barbarity of that and whether nations. On my part, I don't want to go off topic, but what the response to Jim Risch, saying that we're a sovereign country. How dare you tell us who we should pay? Whether there's because Jim Risch sits on the Foreign Affairs Committee for the U.S. and he's the ranking member. So he shapes policy, and we know, Victor was mentioning, Trump is anti-immigrant. You have it in Jim Risch, somebody's anti-China, anti-immigrant. So why won't they say, why are you paying China? Pay us. And given the rebuttal that Kujuntowa Blackwell gave, I doubt that's the trigger. But maybe in hindsight, some may want to see that. But because Nigeria is also in the same boat as us, and there's been no diplomatic spats, I don't want to go into that area.
Very well.
But on our land here, it's for Ghanaians. Victor, you said something just now, but Archbishop Duncan said.
Yes.
I want to encourage Ghanaians, Africans in general. We are the generation that can change the conversation and the narrative. This thing about I have to get to Abrochi at all cost. When I was at Sheffield Hallam University, when I was doing my degree course in the UK, I had friends from China. As soon as they finished, they were ready to go back to China. But there were Africans who was like, Chele, I'm here. How can I settle in? Until and unless, and we're getting there. I'm seeing encouraging signs that we are building our own futures here. And once we continue to do that, indeed, America, as Archbishop Duncan Williams said, will be somewhere you go for holiday and come back.
Very well. Elvis, you think all this is as a result of the overstays?
Oh, you see, diplomatic issues have a lot of undertones. And sometimes they fly issues that this is why we are doing this. But underneath are major demands they are asking your country to give and you don't want to give. And they want to use this to tie your hands. And they make policies that will make the people angry with you, the government. So they will bring in policies that affect the ordinary person, so that the ordinary person can put pressure on the government. But the government too can come out and tell, this is what they're asking from us. So then behind the doors, because the people are giving you pressure, you are likely to give in. So most of the time issues like this are flying in the ones that become public, know that it's an attempt to put pressure on your government to do something that they don't want you, the public, to know. And if you read the WikiLeaks, you know how these governments, powerful countries, have used our governments without us knowing what they do behind the doors. Yes, it's an immigration policy. Truth is that a lot of Ghanaians are overstaying. I gave you the figures here. That is estimated that between 30 to 50,000 Ghanaians are living in the U.S. illegally. There are about 250,000 to 300,000 Ghanaians who live in the U.S. About almost 300,000 Ghanaians who are residents there, including the illegals. And there are about 7,000. As of last year, the number of Ghanaian students, according to the U.S., is about 9,000 who are on student visa schooling in the U.S. In January that Trump came to power, the number of people on ICE list who are Ghanaians to be deported is about 3,288. The issue is that they want to deport these people because it's a political promise. It's something that Americans, they are such that once they say you have done something, you should be deported, they want you to be deported out of the country. That is their position. However, there are international conventions on how to deport people. If you arrest an illegal and the person has no travel document, has no passport, or the passport has expired, you can't deport the person because international law prevents you from deporting the person. You can only deport the person if the person has legitimate travel document or a passport that is valid. So most of the people they have arrested, unfortunately, either their passport have expired or they don't have one at all.
Stateless.
Okay? So the issue is that how do you deport them? Now, because America has a very good system, that's why they fight those who cross the border through the bush. Those ones, they don't have any records on them. But for us Ghanaians who go to America, you land at the airport, they take your fingerprints. You wait for the visa, they take your fingerprints. So they have every information about you. So they go to the assistant, they know, this guy traveled to America with a Ghanaian passport, so he's a Ghanaian. Because a passport is to be issued to only citizens of the country. So then when they go to the assistant, they're able to determine that you are a Ghanaian because you came here with a Ghanaian passport. Then they want Ghana to issue documents to these people to be brought down. And Ghana will say, no, we don't believe these were Ghanaians. So we want to investigate and verify. And then it's back, forth. And as long as Ghana has not issued that document, they can't deport the people. So it has become a burden on America, not only Ghana, all over the country. I read the Nigerian foreign minister over the weekend saying that Nigeria has too many problems and they will not be, they are not ready to accept any deportees. So for them, America should forget it. They can do whatever they want. They also retaliate and they will leave it like that. Right. They have too many problems. They can't accept deportees.
But they should extend the remittance.
So
it's important.
That's the point. So you realize that this is the issue between Ghana and US. And those people, they were ICE list before Trump came to power. And all they are looking for is for the documentation to deport them. But as a country, we also say, okay, speaking to this person, interviewing this person, the person tonation and everything, even if you ask which part of where the person comes from, what language do you speak, what tribe do you come, the person has no idea. So the person is not a Ghanaian. But the bottom line is we aid because the person traveled on our passport. Our passport system is so weak that the person was able to get a Ghanaian passport and traveled on it. So the America is not our fault to say, I have to deport this person to Ghana because the person traveled to America with Ghanaian passport. Because that's the only thing that shows that this is where the person came from. And as a result, back and forth. So if people are hearing about this, first of all, it's because we are resisting the deportation of those people. So you see, Trump has planned to meet 5 African presidents. I think those countries are the ones who have accepted to allow Trump to deport people to their countries. So he wants to meet them to send a signal that, yeah, these ones are the best countries. I want to say that, we have to strengthen our passport system to make sure that it's only Ghanaians who qualify to get a passport who get it. Because at this point, you can't afford America because if they go to their system, they realize that their person came through a Ghanaian passport. Unfortunately, the passport, even the number they have, the passport has expired. And they can't deport the person. They'll put pressure on you. And that pressure is what is going to make the people angry with you. Now they are reducing everybody's to 3 months. So that Ghanaians will get angry with the government. Because if every 3 months I have to go and pay, If you look at the last report the embassy itself released, in just 2024, they had over 61,000 applications from Ghanaians. Over 61,000. And then they granted 25,000. So over 30-something thousand of the applications were all rejected. But all of them, you pay.
You pay visa fee.
If you calculate the amount for the 61,000, Ghanaians paid like, with an average of just $160 per application. Ghanaians paid over $10 million to the US Embassy last year just for visa applications. So you realize that a lot of people want to go to America for various reasons. So if they are not telling you that every 3 months, even if you are successful with the visa, every 3 months, so long as you exit America, even if the visa has not expired, you can't come back with it. You have to go and apply for another one to be granted before you come back. See, the process of applying for a visa is a little cumbersome. So that stress that you want to go through will make you angry with government that if it is because of government action, that is why they are restricting it. The government should do the right thing so that that restriction is lifted. Unfortunately, as I said, with the little I've learned and read around, most of these things that they are doing are just like, somebody say comedies. There could be a lot of engagement underground. In fact, sometimes when they want to come to your country to come and make sure that most of their companies get your natural resource with very, very good contracts that benefit their companies. These are some of the ways they will use. So at the end of the day, you have to give up something for them to lift that restriction. So beyond the fact that people are overstaying and then the deportation issue, there could be serious economic discussions underground. And in another where you are behaving as a country that now you want to control your natural resource. They are mostly coming here for your natural resource. And if they want their companies, more of them to come in, to come and take control of your natural resource, then one of the ways to do this is to put you under such pressure. And then since you want the restrictions to be lifted, you are likely to give in to those underground demands. And then at the end of the day, we will the same people come and shout at the government, why did you give this contract under these generous terms? The pressure that the government had to go through to give those contracts under generous terms, it's crazy. As the senator is fighting a black, what is he fighting about? He says US companies have come to execute contracts in Ghana. And the government of Ghana owes them plenty money.
About $251 million.
It is affecting the operations of American companies. So they want a government of Ghana to pay the American companies to get money. See, so when you're talking about diplomacy, the tea drinking and the wine drinking, is that the one receive? The government of America
the core issues are there.
Sitting there If interest is in Ghana, it's about how the American companies can come here and make a lot of money.
Right.
And because they will repatriate the profit back to America. And it helps American economy to be strong.
Yeah.
So a lot goes on. And most of the time we blame our government and foreign for not coming up to tell us. Because some of this, they can't say it. When they see it, when they say it, they will increase the punishment.
Yeah.
In fact, if government should tell us, besides
the real reason.
The real reason. If the government should let this thing know in the public, I can tell you that they may even say that they have banned Ghana from getting American visa for the next 5 years. Nobody will get it at all. So that public pressure on the government will increase them more.
Right.
So some of these things, we as Ghanaians, we should not also put too much pressure on government. We should, in a way, also say, okay, government, do what is the interest of Ghanaians. Because if we put too much pressure on the government, the government is likely to say, oh, but my people are complaining. And we know normal elections issues, people may vote against me, they think that I'm the reason why they are not getting American visa and all that. So let me give in to the secret negotiations to please the Ghanaian. We are the people who come out and be complaining that our government sold us out. But you sold us out because you are putting pressure on the government.
But we put pressure on the government to go and agree.
To make you get American visa because that is for you, that is your desire. Going to America is like your life dream. So if it's time for you to go and they say Ghana has been banned, you see demonstrations in this country. Then you see massive demonstrations in this country. Why Ghana government allow America to understand the diplomacy, especially from these big countries, they bully us a lot. They bully us a lot. So sometimes
Thank you so much.
when our government are taking certain positions, even when they affect the general public, we should. It's not only next year.
Thank you so much.
Trouble is coming.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time. This has been the News Review segment here on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Thank you for watching us. Stay with us, though. There's more ahead on Breakfast Daily.
From the latest in mobile technology and must-have appliances, Franco has everything you need. Are you looking for a smartphone like iPhone, Samsung, HMD? From cases to protectors, our wide range of accessories add style to your tech. Upgrade yourself with quality and affordable home appliances that makes life easier and comfortable, like speakers, refrigerators, TVs from 32 inches to 100 inches, air conditioners from 1.5 horsepower to 2.5 horsepower, washing machine, and many more. Get yourself the latest laptop which gives you the high-definition video and long-lasting batteries. Get yourself our CCTV camera which will give you a high reliability that you need for your home. Find everything you need under one roof with Franco. Franco, the home of quality mobile phones, accessories, and your home appliances.
I run from my father, who never gave up on us.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
In a fast-growing urban environment like Accra, safety should not be too far-reaching. It should be as easy as ABC. Hear the real stories from those who now feel safe like never before with Response One.
We were held at gunpoint in our own home, and they got away with it.
We didn't have Response One back then. That was the most terrifying experience of our lives.
But after that, we subscribed to Response One to ensure that never happens again. The last time the hoodlums tried, we had installed Response One monitored alarm system. Their response team arrived, followed by the police, to ensure we are safe.
Don't wait for tragedy to strike. Protect your home with Response One's monitored alarm system and our theft protection guarantee. Immediate response, real protection. Response One, stay connected, stay protected.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
It was a fight with the management of
of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boku has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in
us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. Based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV, where politics gets real.
Many thanks for staying with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. I am Philip Nilate, and we are continuing from where Nana Tufo left off with the guest. But you know I can't do the show alone. I always do it with one of the finest ladies. But today, who am I doing it with? I'm doing it with Jifa Keidi. Jifa, if you are here, join me on the set. I know Jifa is excited to the following what Chelsea did.
We are all together, and winning is our aim. So cheer us on through the sun and rain, 'cause Chelsea is our name. Where are the naysayers?
Well, on Thursday, Yao Minta was
the
here.
sports team members.
And Yao Minta said that, well, let's pray for Chelsea because PSG has done something bad to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And the same can happen to
Can you see the badge,
Chelsea.
Philip? Just look at it.
Chelsea.
Just look at
Chelsea.
it. Look at it.
So
Philip, one
yesterday,
more time. Blue is the color. Football is the game. We are all together. And winning is our aim. So cheer us on through the sun and rain. 'Cause what? Chelsea is our name.
So that's it. So well, let's start with this. Chelsea
Yeah.
yesterday. They did so well, and they went to the finals of the Club World Cup, and at the end of the day, they clinched the victory.
Yeah.
And I was just asking, did PSG come on the pitch without training?
You know,
or
sometimes
maybe they just took Chelsea for granted. They clinched the victory.
Yeah.
And I was just asking, did PSG come on the pitch without training?
You know, some people are, PSG was going to score Chelsea. But look at how many goals we gave them. Three goals
I
to
think
nil.
all was in first half.
Yes, 3 goals to nil, Philip. Wasn't that beautiful? The rejected stone shall be the cornerstone, and that is Chelsea's story.
That is actually trending. And the Mark Property says that congratulations to our partners Chelsea on winning the FIFA Club World Cup. Another one too from Rigati says that congratulations to Chelsea FC on your well-deserved victory. Your hard work, dedication, and teamwork truly paid off. Another one on X from the mayor says that congratulations to Chelsea, the pride of London. I understand that when Trump was giving the cup or the trophy to Chelsea, he actually didn't want to leave them. He was asked to leave, but he still didn't want. He just wanted to attach himself to the success.
And FIFA Museum also says that history has been made.
Yeah.
Chelsea FC, the inaugural FIFA Club World Cup champions, crowned the best club of 2025. Congratulations to the manager and the team for a phenomenal achievement. So I understand Chelsea fans are really excited, but I don't know why they are doing this to PSG. So you could see Trump there.
Yeah.
He's so excited. Actually, I think the man was asking Trump, please, can you leave? Can you leave?
Everybody wants to associate with greatness, with wins, victory. People like to associate themselves with victory.
Yes, but,
that was a beautiful
Trump just
ceremony.
doesn't want to leave. So that's an exciting one on Chelsea's victory yesterday against PSG.
So, what's the name? Nigerian artist P Square also made a tweet. He says, "We are Chelsea, now show some love and respect," with a blue emoji for the World Club champions of the world, Chelsea FC, with blue heart emojis, lots and lots of them. And also Chelsea themselves on Twitter says champions of the world with a beautiful picture in the background. And someone, Yaba Left Online, that's a blog in Nigeria, says Chelsea fans say they never even break. So it's just a video of someone having a heart attack, kind of drinking water. I don't know what they were thinking. As I said earlier on, they thought PSG was going to score Chelsea. Most people were actually thinking same, but well, God no go shame us. God has redeemed himself with Chelsea. Rude Boy says, "We are champions. We collect them. Up Chelsea, show some blue love." So it's just cheers and congratulatory messages coming in for Chelsea FC.
But if you know what, Yao Minta will be here later on the show. I'm sure you are preparing yourself for him.
Of course, I'm so ready for Yao. Because yesterday, as I said earlier on, there were lots of, I don't know why people were not supporting Chelsea. People thought that Chelsea were going to win. I checked some conversations on social media during the time the match was ongoing. And, boys who have conversations were even disappointed that PSG weren't able to score Chelsea. And I'm like, you guys,
Yesterday, the former vice president watched the match, and when he was asked prior to the start of the match, he was asked his predictions, and he says that, well, he knows PSG is a done deal for PSG. But I really don't know what Chelsea did. I think Chelsea went into this game with some sort of seriousness. And the seriousness played out at the end of the day.
I'm sure people have lost their bets. Or lost their bets
because I'm sure people really were in support of PSG. But people who actually supported Chelsea or bet in favor of Chelsea would actually make more money. Maybe when Yao comes, we will have more conversation on that. But before we move on, yesterday, after the Ablekuma North rerun in 19 polling stations in that constituency, the former vice president visited some of the affected people who were attacked at Ablekuma North, and the issue raised eyebrows there. But before we move to this one, let's bring what happened at the Chelsea game also.
Yes.
That was a Thames performed.
Yes, I was so happy for her for being the first African woman to have performed at the events, the Club World Cup finals, and it's a big win for Africa as a whole, and of course the women fraternity. Big congratulations. So let's take a look at the video of Thames' performance at the ceremony yesterday.
Why? Because I love and I love and I love and I love you.
All right, so that was a beautiful performance by Thames at the Club World Cup finale, right? The beautiful, beautiful performance, and I'm happy for her. And I hope that in the near future, we would see more Africans, especially more Guineans, if I may have it, representing us and then making us proud.
To the max there.
You know, making us proud as always. But that was a beautiful one, you know, and everybody is happy for her. Social media people are congratulating her for making it's a big win. Because it makes people get to know about you, get to know about your music as well.
So it's just interesting. Maybe later on the show we'll be having more conversation on Chelsea's victory and defeating PSG and all of that. But before we move on, there are some other things we'll be looking at on the trends, like you were indicating. The former vice president visited Mavis Hawakumsin yesterday and visited some other party bigwigs yesterday. Aftermath of the Ablekuma North rerun in 19 polling stations. What happened there has been condemned by the vice president. And also the 2024 parliamentary candidate for Adenta, Akosua Menu, has stated that Hawakumsin defended the use of pepper spray at this particular place, that was a way to defend herself, else the situation would have escalated. So you can see on your screen there the vice president. We also have the Member of Parliament, that is Samuel Uku, who also was part of the visit, among other bigwigs of the party who visited Hawakumsin. And moving on again, a very sad story that we received yesterday is the demise of the former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. This was a very sad one that hit the entire world yesterday, and he passed on at the age 82. And some of the messages that came through, tributes have started pouring in following his demise, and this is a very sad one. He died in a London clinic yesterday, and a report that was brought out by his aide. So from Mufti on X says that the passing away of a legend, the former Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, may Allah have mercy on his soul, brought me to tears. He was an upright man who never missed his prayers, and very disciplined believer who served his people to the best of his ability. Another one too, coming from Atiku Abubakar, says that I'm deeply saddened by the news of the passing of the former president, Buhari, a man whose life was defined by unflinching patriotism and also discipline and a lifelong commitment to the sovereignty and the unity of our great nation, which is Nigeria. So tributes still keep pouring in. From Peter Obi says that I've just received the very sad news of the passing of the former president Buhari in London. His death provides a solemn moment, not just for his family and close associates, but for our nation as a whole.
And the current Nigerian president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also tweeted, it says, it's with profound sorrow and heavy heart that I received the news of the passing of His Excellency Major General Muhammadu Buhari. It's quite a lengthy message, but he's also pouring out his condolences to all Nigerians, of course, and the family who've lost such a great man. And it's rather a sad one that a president of such has died or has passed on, yes.
So that is the message we got yesterday, which is a very sad one. But for now, though, let's move on with the show. Let's bring you the video of the day.
Jesus! Jesus! Mother, let me take it! Ah! Mother, let me take it! Jesus! Jesus! Mother, let me take it! Ah! Mother, let me take it!
Anyway, so as we begin the week, may you not have your last coin on you getting missing. This is exactly what is happening because this is last Gary sort of what is left on him to eat. But Charlie, that's a very sad one. That is what we have for you for the video of the day. But before we settle down, you know, here on the show, we do not start the show without bringing you some soothing music, and we are bringing you Yava Mills, if I got the name right. She's an Afro fusion artist. Enjoy.
Je lève ma voix à mon âme, tous ces grands feux qui brûlent en moi. Bien pur que tu le saches, que je ne suis pas lâche. Ton monde sans moi deviendrait sans froid. Oh, 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 oh. Pourquoi je suis moi? Pourquoi tu es toi? Pourquoi sommes-nous là? Pourquoi cette bataille? Pourquoi c'est comme ça? Demande que ça va pas. Maman, ça va mal. Ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui. Reconstruisons, oui. Changeons celle-là. Ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui. Refaire le monde. Changeons celle-là. Prends pas du plaisir à voir les larmes loutrir. Redonne-lui sa vie, oh redonne-lui sourire. Apprécie la vie, soleil qui louit, l'esprit qui veut vivre. Prenez-moi, respirons. Le délire, ça suffit, oui, ça suffit. Oh, oh, hey. Pas pourquoi je suis moi, pourquoi tu es toi, pourquoi sommes-nous là, pourquoi cette bataille, pourquoi c'est comme ça, demande que ça va pas, maman ça va mal, ça ne va pas. Serre-moi la main, oui, reconstruisons, changeons celle-là. Ça ne va pas. Refais le monde. Changeons celle-là. Oh, changeons celle-là. Changeons celle-là. First chapter of my life came in with a lot of smiles. Thought life was rosy, but after a couple of miles, I noticed the hurt, struggles and pains you try to hide from me, mama. It didn't take too long to become a little wiser. You either be written or be the writer. I came to understand that many things where they glitter are not always the things we're gonna make you win. I bottle it up, more pain in my bottle. There goes more pain in my bottle. I bottle it up, more pain in my bottle. There goes more pain in my bottle. I'll keep going, going on for you. I'll be running on for you. I'll be singing on for you. And I'll keep winning, winning it all for you. know in my soul and my body. From the skies you were watching over me. I'll keep praying to be worthy, holding on to faith and hope, breaking up the pain, breaking up the struggles, holding up the battles, looking like I'm insane. I'm insane. I'm insane. I bottle it up, more pain in my bottle. There goes more pain in my bottle. I bottle it up, more pain in my bottle. There goes more pain in my bottle. Should I let it out? Should I let it all out? There goes more pain in my bottle. Should I let it all out? Or should I break it all up? There goes more pain in my bottle. Should I let it out? There goes more pain in my bottle. Should I let it out? Should I break it all up? There goes more pain in my bottle.
Hey, what put them on it in the house? Is everything okay?
First chapter in my life came in with a lot of smiles. Thought life was rosy, but after a couple of miles. Sakwase, I didn't meet her in this life. I know it wasn't right. I can't even sleep and I can't get it out my mind. I need to get out of sight for I end up behind bars. What started out just a simple altercation turned into a realistic situation. Me just thinking and the time that I'm facing makes me wanna cry. Yeah, 'cause I didn't mean her him, could have been somebody's son, and I took his heart where I put out the gun. Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, mama, mama, mama. I just shot a man down in Central Station. Mama, 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 I just shot a man down. Little 22, I call her Peggy Sue. When she fit right down in my shoe, what you expect me to do? If you are playing me for a fool, I will lose my cool and reach for my firearm. I didn't mean to lay him down, but it's too late to turn back now. Don't know what I was thinking, now he's no longer living and I'm about to leave down. I didn't mean to hurt him, could have been somebody's son, and I took his heart when I put out that gun. Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, mama, 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 I just shot a man down in Central Station, front of a bigger crowd. Oh, mama, 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 I just shot a man down. Now hear me now. See, I never thought I'd do it. Never thought I'd do it. Never thought I'd do it. Oh God, whatever happened to me, ever happened to me. am I gonna do? Say rum ba ba bum, rum ba ba bum, rum ba ba bum. Me say one man down. Now I me say rum ba ba bum, rum ba ba bum, rum ba ba bum. Where we made downtown. Oh, now I am a criminal, a criminal, a criminal. Oh Lord of mercy, now I am a criminal. Man down, please tell the judge to give me minimal. Run out of town, then my people can see me now. Oh mama, 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 I just shot a man down in Central Station. In front of a bigger crowd. Oh mama, 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 I just shot a man down. And I just shot a man down. And I just shot a man down. Man down.
Right, so that was Yava Mel serenading us to some good music on the show. Now she's joined us in the studio on the set. We're about to get into her live and get to know her better. Yava Mel, that was a beautiful performance, by the way.
Thank you.
When you started the first song, Philip asked me, hey, do you speak French? And I said, no. Then his next question was, so how do we understand what she's saying? And I was blown away, though, because to hear you speak, to sing in French, even though I didn't understand exactly what you were saying, I enjoyed the song. Are you Francophone?
No, I'm Ghanaian.
Wait, what? So how did you pull that off?
Okay, so around last year, a competition, that is a Francophonie competition, was organized by the French government in Belgium, and it's a global festival. Yeah, so the song was talking about unity, how the world should be united, and that was the theme of the competition, Refaire le Monde. So if you heard in the chorus, Refaire le Monde, yeah, so that was what it was saying. And the song was written by my mentor and my producer, Mr. Kainel. Yes.
Okay, so prior to the competition, do you have French literacy? Are you good in French, or you learned it purposely for the competition?
Okay, so I learned it purposely for the competition. And fortunately, I was amongst the top 10 in the world globally, and I placed 7th.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Congratulations,
Thank
then.
you.
Now, let's get into your music. How long have you been doing music?
Okay, so I'd say I started singing when I was 9, and I went for Talented Kids in the year 2021, season 12, and unfortunately I got evicted, but I didn't stop there. I continued in school, in high school and stuff. Yeah, and last year I lost my mom, and it was a really hard time for me. So my mentor and my producer, Mr. Kainel, after reading my tribute, wrote the second song, which is Pain in My Bottle, which I just released last month for me. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So with this particular journey, is it that it started in primary, started in JHS, because you went to Talented Kids?
Yeah. And Talented Kids was back in JHS.
Okay.
But I had already been singing in church, way back in primary, but I hadn't discovered it yet. I didn't know it would be a big deal for me as it is now.
Oh, beautiful.
So now, are you pursuing music professionally? Is that what you're doing, or is just like a side something?
Okay, so I'm doing it professionally aside schooling. Yeah, I'll be applying for tertiary next year.
Right. But so far, how has the journey been like? Has it been good? What has been the challenges you faced as a young Ghanaian artist coming up?
Okay, so the journey has actually been quite exciting, because it's like now you're always on screens, you're singing and stuff. But the challenge was like last year, And that happened when I was having my WASI and the Francophonie competition. But I was able to balance it. Yes, I was able to balance it. So the challenges are not that much. Yeah,
Is it something you want to do full-time, music?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting. How many songs do you have personally? And then walk us through the writing process. Do you do it alone, or you get a producer write it for you and then you sing it?
Okay. So I'd say I just have one song released for now. That is Pain in My Bottle.
Right.
It's on all streaming platforms. And for the writing of the songs, it's my mentor and producer, Mr. Kainel. Yeah, so he's a very good songwriter, and he's also an Afrobeat musician. Yeah, he has songs like Macho Trouble, he has Calculus Love. Yeah, he has other songs, other beautiful songs. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of someone having to write the songs for you, per our engagements with other artists, I understand that sometimes the music is spiritual. It comes to you naturally, and then you put it down. So how do you connect? If your producer is the one writing it for you, what's the motivation behind it? How do you get the zeal to put yourself into the music to make it your own?
Okay, so for the song Pain in My Bottle, for instance, it was from my tribute that I wrote to my mom. So me, when I'm singing that song, it's like I'm reading the tribute out. And also Pain in the Bottle is not only a tribute, but it's also a symbol of hope for people going through pain. Because I might not be the only one going through pain. So he writing it and me singing it, me voicing it out to the public, I want people to know that there is hope. Even like when you bottle up pain, eventually it will burst, it will come out. So the song is also telling that we shouldn't just be in a corner, or we shouldn't just be somewhere, be like, oh, this is happening, this is happening. We should be able to overcome the pain slowly.
Wow, but I noticed you do cover.
Yeah.
So like you sing, which kind of cover do you do? You do everything song?
Everything song.
Wow. But if you're going into music professionally, what genre are you looking at?
Okay. So I would be doing Afro soul, but I also like to explore in other genres. Yeah, like the cover I did, it's way different from Afro soul, yes. So I would like to explore so many things, yeah.
You know, in our space, normally you would have to fall on somebody or be right on someone's shoulders to be up there, except maybe you want to go your own way. If you're looking at this space right now, which 3 artists will you say that, like, you would want to collaborate and have sort of a song with?
Okay, so I'd say Stonebwoy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really love Stonebwoy songs a lot. Then Efia, yeah, Efia Nocturnal. Then also Adina.
Adina.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Beautiful
so,
choices.
Stonebwoy, if you are watching Efia and Adina, Yaba Mills is here for you.
You have a call.
She says that, yeah, she wants to collaborate with you at least so you can help her get to the next level.
Now, wrapping up on this conversation, talk to us. What does the future look like for you now that you're waiting to get into university and, of course, pursue music professionally? What's the future looking like for you? And if people want to reach out to you, how do they do that? And most importantly, to support your music, to follow you, and then, I mean, cheer you on what you're doing. Just yesterday, we saw Thames perform at the champion or the finals of the club championship. We're rooting for women like you who are coming up in the music industry. So talk to us. What's the future looking like for you?
Okay, so I don't want my music to be one in a household. No, I want it to go to the smallest places in the world. I want my music to cross boundaries. And I want my music to also be a voice for young girls. Yeah, because I'm a young girl as well. So yeah, a voice for the girl child. Yes. And also, if you want to collaborate with me, you can reach out on NMC Studios. They are located at Oyarifa. And also, you can follow me on my socials. On Instagram, Yava Mills. YouTube, Yava Mills. And on TikTok, to Yava Mills. And on Snapchat, Yava Mills. But on Snapchat, the spelling is YAVAMELLS. But on the other socials, it's YAVAMELS. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Channel One TV for having me here, and to also thank NMC Music, to thank Mr. Kainel, my producer and my mentor, to thank Madam P, and to also thank my fans and anybody watching this show.
Beautiful.
Mels, thank you so much for coming, and then we wish you the very best in your music career. We'll be rooting for you to get to the top, so that, I mean, when you do, it's a big win for Ghana and, of course, the women as well. So thank you very much for making time to come have a conversation with us.
All the best.
Right. We'll take a quick breather here. When we come back, there's going to be very, very interesting conversations on the show, as we'll be coming to a community near you. So do stick and stay with us. This may be the right time for you to voice out your problems to us on the show. Do stay with us.
Running makes me mentally strong. It is my source of happiness. Whenever I feel bored, I go out there and run a few miles.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Sister, me dad, dear Betty, be an amium, me. I could eat that. Me many tears, some of them is a kind of say, you made us to take it. Sika, sit down to the moon. Juju so more. Baggy the one, yeah. Remember, be free. So, what you say bag number? One number to show. Wow. That's a minute one for you, Banana Solio. Hey!
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
So that was a beautiful conversation we had there with Yava Mills. Like we indicated, make sure that you give her the platform to function and also to rise to the top. But on this show, we talk about everything development, because it's very important we get that in our communities. Last week or 2 weeks ago, there was heavy conversation on the Ofankor in Sawam Highway, where residents along the stretch indicated that they would be embarking on a demonstration. Jifa, the stretch caught an attention, or caught the attention of the president, John Dramani Mahama, also caught the attention of the roads minister, who held a press conference indicating that the government is going to do something about it. But that didn't still stop the residents from going along to demonstrate on the stretch. So over the weekend, they came out in their numbers, though it wasn't that encouraging, though. But they still made their statement.
One profound thing for me about the demonstration was the fact that the lead convener of the demonstration mentioned that it is not about the numbers. It's about the message they were passing on. And of course, to demonstrate is their civil rights. So they were just exercising their rights to ask for what they deserve. Because look, the state of that road is beyond deplorable, Philip. If you are driving on that road, whether you're a commuter just passing through or you live in the environment, it's terrible. It has its own health implications as well as crippling your finances, because you're going to, if you are driving, if you own your own vehicle and you live there, moving, maybe you're going to work on this side of town, coming to Accra, Monday to Friday, transporting yourself. By the end of the week, your car needs to go for maintenance. And it's very, very terrible. So I like that they were able to put themselves together. Of course, not about the numbers. The most important thing is that the message was well sent. The message was delivered to the right quarters. And I hope that work will resume soon enough on the road so that the people can have some peace, because this is terrible.
For work resuming, the contractors give an assurance that within 6 weeks, some sort of work will be seen on the stretch. But after the press conference, the residents still say that they've not seen much activity on the road. And they gave the government sort of an ultimatum, August 15, that by that time, the road should be made more travel. I think their calls as laudable, and whoever is in charge should make sure that that particular stretch is made more travel. I was at the press conference myself, and I like the fact that some sort of unity, or the residents have come together to demand what they expect, i.e. asking that that road should be made more travel.
Anyway, Philip, we are going to a town in the Ashanti region called Sonsoaso Abankreja, where the residents are also calling for the construction of a stalled bridge. I mean, these are just issues that are happening in communities near you. And it's very sad when every day we bring some of these issues to light. And the question that is always on my mind is, what is the Assembly's role? What is the Assembly doing? Because this is some of the things that they should be taking care of. But they leave it unattended to until we come sit here and rant and call for their heads before the right thing is being done.
They also argue that there aren't funds. There isn't money. That's what the argument will be. But anyway, let's bring you that report from Sonsoaso Abankreja, and let's have a conversation on it after the report has aired.
The Sonsoaso Abankreja stretch serves as a crucial link between Boama Dominase, Duapompo, and other surrounding communities. However, its abandonment has significantly impeded development and other movements within the area. Construction of the bridge began in 2019 under the nationwide 50 Steel Bridges initiative by Nines Ghana Limited. It was scheduled to be completed within 24 months, but has since stalled, leaving the project incomplete for years. During a visit by Channel One News to the area, the team met some students who were crossing a mini bridge created by the community. These children were finding it difficult to use that mini bridge due to its nature. Residents say the uncompleted bridge continues to disrupt their livelihoods and local businesses. They are calling on authorities to take immediate action.
In Suota, and Kurani Nyakwan, in Kosku, Blage ni Blage Waha. Yense ni nso ayenom ye hia ban na moa so meboa yen ya asem mbobo power ha sei obi nyam kurampo na wokwa wo so a ye de ne to hwibalum ansa na ye piana ye beduru ya na awo na eba ye brebre ye ne ya se ye doctor wa ha ye ne ya na ye gi awo no wa ha ti yankopon so hwe so obi anwu wa ha sei enkura ne bi to nsuo mu ye ni breje ya asem ya pa anti ye hia moa se Ghana ban beboa yen Yesu wo mama ya bleje wa hase eni nsuo eni ne hia wa hase
muba ye mo hwehwe nkwala no kure twa ya ko school eden bridge ya bra ho ya fa soro ha papa ya de atwede esi ha ni anam soro ha memi bedro ha misu ya mema na beyi mi si fom nti sanga bi kura meto nsuo no mawu hwese se bridge ya ye ekwan asai dua no ba ko abesha ha nti wo kwa ha ubetom nkwala nketwa omo besku ani ansunu gudem because me ba nsuo dia ye me soro se mama akwala na ba nti yesre MC ni MP no omo mo aye se de be ya nsuo ye betimi anya bridge ni bi omo be ya bridge ne kama ma ye ne kwan no ne nsuo yetimi afa so aha kokoo wa ha me gina we bla memmo madom for 3 acres me wi ahe na me de befa emu no guwiram nti abobo ye ba befa ska obegye me no e ma adwuma no kra ye nye de nti yesre wo mo pa omo meboa ye se de be ya nsuo ye benya kwan no afa so nsuo ye de aboye bla wa ha
na nsuto a etimi yiri wontimi nya kwan e de emfa so emba ayi school emba ba ya sore ana ya manso omba school nso a nsuo yiri a wontimi de enya kwan ti be mfie so ni na onabu adumi obeboye no osi oyesa bridge no akase be file ti de be ya afiri mfie so no be ya afiri no obi ansi ada isi ma sisi de yakona ba kwa ye de ti se nsuo to a be na otwe ana na otwe miansa nkola ntimi ko school ye kro mo na o mti nsuo jar kro so bakokoto na nkora ayede ti ma akona ba so ye de ede nti o hawo ye ha ya kakra no ti yasra ban sun dawruma na je se wo hwa wo ka se yanka ho ti yasra no mra no ma ye mo na se be o ma ye bridge na ka se mo fele no ma fela ma yanso na akona ban so betima boy.
Francisca Ivy Inchiwa, Assistant Headmistress of the Sonsuaso MA Primary School, says the condition of the road prevents many pupils from attending school whenever it rains. She's urging the government to intervene without delay.
It's like whenever it rains, the majority of the students come from that side. So most of them don't attend school when it rains heavily. Then the river overflows its banks. They are not able to come to the school. So when that happens, the population reduces drastically, and it's a worry to raise. Sometimes it takes about 1 week, 3 days, and you come and you meet just 4 students out of 16, out of 20, and it's really worrying because you teach them, and when they all come, you have to teach again. It's so worrisome. So we are pleading the government that they should come and do it for us so that our students will come to school always, so that we teach them. They should have equal privilege as those in the cities are having.
So there you had it, the Assistant Headmistress Sonsuaso Abrankweja Road School, MA School. She's talking about the nature of the road, which is having a toll on education in the area. I always say that Ghana is not only in Accra, and there are people in rural areas that need help.
Yeah.
I would really want to get more information why this particular project has stalled. But from what we are seeing, and even on the screens now, you see that children are crossing this makeshift structure of a bridge.
Yeah.
And should it get broken, or should someone fall in this river or this water body beneath the big bridge, what becomes of, or what are we going to hear?
It's
Why has
actually
the project stalled?
life-threatening. It's life-threatening and very dangerous. And you could see the care with which they are walking on the makeshift bridge, trying so carefully not to fall in it, because, well, unless Tofik is able to tell us when he comes on the phone line, if that's the only access route to the school and adjoining communities as well.
But one of the residents also made mention of the fact that this is a farming community, and they even need the bridge to cut their goods or produce from one location to
a woman
the
says
other.
she has 3 acres of rice. Rice farm she's cultivated, and the rice is stuck in the farm because there's no access route to transport the rice to the town for her to be able to sell her produce. And that's terrible. I mean, we can't continue. And this project stalled since 2019. That's about 6 years down the line. And sometimes the questions on my mind is, even if we are going to go back to complete the project, how much money are we looking at pumping into the project because of the structural integrity of the project as it stands now? Anyway, we have our Ashanti regional correspondent who filed this report joining us on the line, Tofik Mohammed. Tofik, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us, and of course, thank you for the good work you've done for us on the issue of Sunsuaso Abankreja, with the residents facing, or the plight the residents are going through with the bridge issue. Now, talk to us, beyond what the camera was able to capture, you on the ground, paint us a better picture. How bad is the situation?
The situation is actually very, 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 very terrible. Not even bad, very terrible. Because that particular stretch links to the main road to Accra. If I'm painting the picture very well, if you are coming from Accra to Kumasi, there is a community called Boama Domenase, Boama Domenase. And that particular area, you can branch to Abankreja, to Sunsuaso, and come to Abenase. Then from Abenase, you can link to Onye. Then you link Onye to Ejoso. Then you come to the main road to Accra Kumasi. Then you take the Kumasi stretch. But due to the situation there, most of the cars usually use the Ampabame area to Abenase, to either Onye to Ejoso, or either Onye to Kuntanse, Esenimpon to Lake Bosomje area. And then sometimes to the cars that are using the Accra main road to Lake Bosomje, because of the terrible nature of the road, they have to come to Ejoso. Then they take the Ejoso Onye route to Kuntanse, Esenimpon before going to Lake Bosomje. So if you look at this particular stretch, and if you get to Abenase, if you are using the Ampabame Abenase stretch to Sunsuaso Abankreja, if you get to Abenase, you have to alight and then pick tricycle, because there is no car to Sunsuaso. So you have to pick a tricycle, which we normally call the Aboboya, to the community. Then when you get to Sunsuaso, then you alight and walk for a distance before you get to Abankreja. So if you are using that Sunsuaso to Abankreja stretch, we spotted about 7 bridges on the road before getting to the main bridge that links Abankreja to that links Sunsuaso and then Abankreja. And this community is a farming community. Predominantly, there are cocoa farmers there, and that particular community too, they are having electricity challenge. So what the residents tells us that, look, whenever it rains, the people don't go, they don't come. Sometimes it takes them weeks before commuting between these two communities. So what they normally do is that whenever it rains, nobody, moves from Abankreja to Sunsuaso, same as Sunsuaso to Abankreja. And the most worrying part of this issue is that students who uses that stretch don't also come to school whenever it rains. So whenever it rains, it's holiday for these children. And if the place gets flooded, the number of days that the water would resent at the day that the children will rather go to school. So let's say if it is taking 1 month for the water to resent, then it means that these children have to be at home for a month before they can go to school. So speaking to them, they highlighted that they try to create a mini bridge, and that mini bridge too, they are also scared using that mini bridge, because when it rains, that particular mini bridge, you will not even see it there.
Okay, so Tofik, before you go on, this makeshift bridge that we see on the screen that the residents are using, are you saying that the residents themselves did this, or it's coming from an opinion leader, or who exactly did the construction of this makeshift bridge?
The mini bridge that you saw was a community, project that they did so that they can use that mini bridge to cross the river there. But the main bridge, that is the steel bridge, for that one, whenever it rains, they have to use a ladder. They have to use a ladder to climb that particular bridge before they can cross, because that mini bridge, according to them, whenever it rains, they don't see that mini bridge.
All right, Taufik. Now, the main bridge which has been stalled, or which project has been stalled, have you been able to engage the assembly or whoever is responsible to find out why the project has been stalled, and what has the conversations been like? Because I'm sure, or I guess the residents have been complaining since 2019 as the project came to a halt. What has what are some of the answers you've gotten to your questions?
I tried engaging with the municipal chief executive for the area, Madam Eunice, and what she told me that she just resumed work and she has engaged with the regional minister and then the municipal coordinator to attend to the issue and then bring a report for the municipal coordinator to bring a report to her so that she can report back to the regional minister about the issue, because she was saying that looking at the issue right now boils on compensation that the contractor has to pay for the farmers around before they can come back to site. That is what she told me, but she is also optimistic that for that particular challenge, she will liaise with the regional coordinating council, the regional minister, to see how best they can come and then complete that particular bridge, because the people are crying and the people are saying that for them, what the issue is right now, they are even scared of their life, because we are in a month of, we are in the rainy season, and they are scared that anytime it rains heavily, it means that they can't do anything in that two communities.
Wow. Philip, I don't know if you have
this issue is just a big one. And if the assembly is saying that they are still in touch with the contractor, did you try gathering any information from the contractor? Why? Yes. Maybe it may be because of funds, but why that project has stalled for 6 years or more?
Yeah, I spoke, like I said earlier, in my engagement with the municipal chief executive, I tried to, find out from her if she can link, she can link me to the contractor, but she said I should hold on for a while. But I'm also trying to get the contractor, because I understand that the contractor is working on some bridges in the region, because we have a similar bridge at Aloga that links Oforukrom and then Bomso. It's the same contractor that worked on that particular stretch. So this one that has been abandoned is as a result of the compensation that the contractor has to pay for the farmers. That is the understanding that I got from my engagement with the municipal chief executive. But for the contractor, right now, they said they will speak to him and then find out the day that you come back to site.
Okay, Taufik, thank you so much for your time. Taufik Mohammed is one of our Ashanti regional correspondents who has brought us what is happening at Sunswaso Abrankweja, where the residents there are asking that the abandoned bridge should be completed and also the road should be looked at. My concern is about the children or the students or pupils going to school, and if this is affecting them not to go to school, especially when it rains, it's a bad thing. On the signpost that for the construction, you can see 9 transfer. They are into the construction of bridges. I really don't know. It may be because of funds. I'm really sure it's because of funds. That's why this project has halted. But this is a very big bridge. And from what we see, how the bridge has been put up tells you that it's a very huge project.
Yes, you know, Tofik mentioned that it connects really lots of. He mentioned the names of the towns. I'm not too familiar with the towns in the Ashanti region, but he mentioned a tall list of towns that the bridge connects to, and of course, if completed, will make travel time lesser, and of course, commuting on the stretch way easier. But my concern is with the students and of course the women, because one of the residents mentioned that even when a pregnant woman is in labor, they have to transport the person in a wheelbarrow to the hospital or to even access health care for the pregnant woman. The assistant headmistress also mentioned that when it rains on a typical day, students, as you're expecting about 20 or even 16 pupils in a class, you get to the classroom and you see just 4. Yeah. And it makes teaching and learning very, very difficult. And of course, these are the same students competing with the ones in the big cities who have all the basic or educational amenities accessible to them. Meanwhile, they are going to rise the same exam. The marking scheme is not going to be tweaked just to favor them because they do not have access to the very necessary things they need to get to access education. It's very sad. And Tofik also mentioned that the situation is not just bad, it is very bad.
Terrible, yeah. Very
bad. It's a thing that when it rains, nobody goes... Yeah. Nobody comes, and I mean, the assembly is just there. I don't know if they also live in the same community as the residents.
I think from what Tofik said, the assembly cannot really do much now because this is a new administration. They would have to now look at the documents.
But this is not a new bridge, Philip. That's my concern.
What went into the construction of this bridge, what the funds has been, how much is owed
since 2019.
The contractors. Yes, from 2019 was a different government, you know, and 2024, 2025 has been a different government. So this also brings the issue of how we award contracts and how these contracts are monitored. I've heard some assembly or the municipal or district chief executives raise concerns that when it comes to certificates for payment, they do not have a part in there that is signed. If they do, or they are able to get some sort of part to fill or to sign in there, the monitoring will really go down well. Because before you take your certificate that you've raised to whichever organization that is for the payment, you definitely go through the assembly that we are always putting the blames at their doorsteps to be monitoring these contracts. So if something of that is not done, certainly the assemblies would be in to look out for the project, but they are not going to be so much into the project because they do not have a part to play. But with this one that we are asking for is at least some sort of urgency to be paid or some sort of attention to be paid to this particular project. That is the Sunsuanso Abrankweja road and also the bridge where the residents are complaining. We would follow this issue keenly and ask the right questions, find out from the contractors why this particular project has stalled. Maybe there is an amount of money that is owed to them, or there is a review of the contract or something. But for us here, we are so much concerned about the fact that it's having a toll on teaching and learning. And if that is the only school in the Suswaso area, mind you, if the children are not coming to school because of this bridge or this road, certainly, like Jifa indicated, it's going to affect teaching and learning. And what becomes of the people we are saying that they are going to be future leaders of this country?
And the future is now. The future is today. Meanwhile, their peers are competing, literacy challenge, and you know, and all of the big competitions out there to make Ghana proud, and they are there struggling
we have
to
a bigger problem in this country.
Just go to school.
We have a bigger problem in this country.
I don't know.
A bigger problem.
Appalling.
We are not done though. Let's move to another part of the country.
Of course.
In the Bono region, we will understand that place called Tanwaso Road, which is in a very deplorable state. Let's bring you this report filed by our Bono regional correspondent, that is Infum Michael Sapon, who after that we will engage on this issue.
This is the current state of the road leading to Tanano in the Sunyani East municipality. Lined with expanding settlements and active farmlands, the road is in a poor condition and continues to deteriorate, especially during the rainy season. Communities such as Kwasi Treme, Kwame Treme, Tanano Shell, Naba Krom, and Kremo Krom all depend on this stretch to access Abisim and eventually reach Sunyani Township. However, residents say the road has not seen any reshaping or maintenance in close to a decade.
The other government, previous government, we almost go to the MC to complain about our road. And he will move the car and come here and see how the road is and promise us he will do it for us. We did not see anything. So we are appealing to the government to look at and do something, as our road is not it's not well for us.
This road is really very bad. The people in Tanano, they are suffering.
It's a big area. Kwan ebe fa so yede no be firi ha ebe se na ko no e ya sem bibiri mai so ba bi kura wo kana na ne ko na ye dene ama e kwan ebe fa so o fura pragia kura se omra mefa ba nipa no kura yarefo no kura nko kura na mata na aye dene pa se obeba
aban ne nhwe na ombeboa ye kwan no enye saa bebi a kwan no eduru ne de se ombeboa ya ayese ye de sesi no ye nka Ghana fo hu bio
binimu asisi mu fie wo hakama nkurase so wo ha omo ye afuo enso wo ha ye fuo ha na fa kwa afuo mu na kwan na se ya tese wo fa so a wo bra nkasa tese kwan no so ye ma ya nkaka ankasa be fa kwan nso nti ye sremo.
The assembly member for the Nkalkom electoral area, Hayford Kuma, says he has made repeated appeals to the municipal assembly, but the situation remains unchanged.
Free 2016, Eba Besi Sabri, a crime with machine beer NC soda, say Obabe Chakwana so amai. Na area hanso a kuku area, a two abandada nanim. Na I will some cry, woman say. Now we are your call West Committee meeting. Near Coty and say, say Tanano Road. I can acquire on my own. In fact, we besides say, minim de say Tanano, a will be before Fran, I say, higher, tia best rabino. Drip machine a bano. Your best say, Omum Famra, no more Missy, acquire my.
So that is what we are getting from Tanwano in the Bono region, another area that is having deplorable road. I always say that Ghana, we cannot be hungry if we really concentrate on these things, because the first place we spoke about, that is the Sunsuaso. It's a farming community.
Yes.
Then we are moving to Tanwano, that they are also saying it's a farming community.
You know, the Bono and the Ahafo region are popularly noted for being Ghana's food basket. And if this is an area that is suffering, you saw the nature of the road.
The road is bad.
Roads and Highways Minister Gavin Kwame Abuja held the press conference. He commended us, Channel 1 TV and City FM, for always talking about roads. But I'm sorry to tell him that we are not stopping anytime soon, because
he also said that we should continue.
Yes.
It helps them, though sometimes it buys harder. We should continue and talk about it.
So long as the issues are there, so long as the roads are in bad state, we'll bring it to light. Because of course I can understand that his eyes cannot go everywhere, even though he has people on the ground. The assemblies are there supposed to be bringing him such reports. We are also here to do that. Look at the nature of a road, which is supposed to be a farming community transporting goods. Philip, if you are a farmer, or even if you own a car that transports food, and you're supposed to go and take maybe sacks of maize to transport to the bigger markets, would you want to ply on this road with your vehicle.
No, definitely you wouldn't.
How
Because
much are you even going
don't-
to charge the
Exactly,
farmer to
yeah.
transport their waste? This is terrible.
So it's a very difficult situation because the residents made mention of the fact that this has been like that for the last 10 years and no vehicle or no machine has been brought onto the road for any proper maintenance. We know there is drip, there is also feeder roads, there is urban roads that can really help develop this thing. Everything boils down to the fact that it ends at the doorsteps of the Ministry of Roads and Highways. But I don't know how the funding is going to be raised for this road. But let's speak to Michael Sapon Infom, who is the man who filed this report from Tano Anon area. Michael, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
Yes, by the grace of God.
Anytime there is going to be an election, do you find politicians moving to these areas and do they drive on these roads?
Definitely. Definitely. When they need the votes, definitely they'll go there. That's irony, no?
So in 2016, there was campaign in this area, 2020 as well, and 2024.
Yes.
When you visited the area, how bad is the situation? We have seen it on cameras, but how bad is it? And two, which areas does this road connect?
Thank you very much. And as you can see in the shots, very terrible, especially during the rainy season. During the dry season, it's somehow okay. The tricycles, the motors, and other stuff to fly the road. But during the rainy season, it's very terrible. And as I said, that place is also a farming hub within the Sunyani East Municipality. We are talking about Sunyani. And communities like Kwame Chire, Kwasi Chire, Naba Krom, Kremo Krom. These are all farming areas, major farming areas within the Sunyani East Municipality where we get the foodstuffs, cassava, yam, and whatever. And that area is also a cocoa growing area. So this stretch connects to Abisim, then from there they can connect to the Sunyani Township. So it's very terrible, especially during the rainy season, as you can see, very terrible. And accessing the communities becomes very difficult. And if the road is in this state and the farmers cut their foodstuff to Sunyani market, which is normally on Wednesdays, definitely the price will shoot up because they have to pay extra. And surprisingly, there are more communities going along the stretch. Heavy infrastructure, new structures along the stretch. And accessing the area has also become difficult because it's only this tricycle that applies that stretch. So during the rainy season and even at night when the people living along this stretch want to come to Sunyani town, it becomes very difficult because the tricycle riders are not ready to fly on this stretch. So, Philip, that's a challenge, and the inhabitants and the assembly member I spoke to here for Kuma just pushing so that with the drip coming on board of this drip stuff, at least even if they don't tar it and degrade it, it will go a long way to help the inhabitants of Tanano, Kwame Chem, Kwasi Chem, Naba Krom, and we also have a place called Tanano Shell, as well as Kremo Krom. It will go a long way to help the inhabitants of these communities.
I can see some beautiful homes or houses close to this road.
Yes. That's what I was talking about. It's a new area is developing, but accessing, if you don't have your own personal car, it's very difficult for you, especially at night and when it rains too. The rains have also intensified in the region, and accessing their homes, and also even those, this is even closer to Adabisim. But if you go in, it's very terrible.
I see. Michael, you mentioned that you've engaged the assembly member of the area. What was the conversation like? Has he been able to give you some timelines? Because when we are having these conversations and we are not able to ascertain what exactly is the conversation on the table, then I don't think we'll be making any headway. So have you been able to engage him to some extent to find out what the high authorities are saying to come to their rescue on this issue?
Thank you. Hereford Kumau is assembly member for the Nkran Krom Electra area, the area that Tanano and the other communities fall under, wasn't able to give me a timeline. But he told me that recently they met at the Works Committee. That's where it was revealed that, according to the records, the road has been gravelled, which is not true. And based on that, he's pushing that the road could be gravelled for them using the drip machine. But for now, he wasn't able to give me a timeline. But he said he's pushing. So that, there's also pressure on him. Because day in and day out, he gets calls from the inhabitants of the area. And as I said, it's also a farming area, major farming area, cocoa, yam, cassava, plantain, whatever you can think of. So you always get calls from the people from the area to help so that at least the road will get a facelift.
All right. Aside from the effect it's having on farmers when it comes to transporting their wares and all of that, we just had a conversation about another town where they are facing a difficulty to access adjoining communities because of the state of their bridge, and and women are also affected. Is this the case of Tanoano as well? How are they managing when it comes to students going to school and all of that?
Yes, it's true. The students are in the community, so there's no problem with that. But the problem has to do with the teachers who do not stay in the community, but they have to commute daily to school. So when it rains, it becomes difficult for them to go to school. Unfortunately, when I was doing this story, I met some of the teachers, and I tried talking to them, but they declined speaking to me. So it becomes a challenge. The students or the people are lucky, they stay in the community. So they don't use the road. But the teachers who do not stay in the community, they have to commute daily from either Sunyani town or Abisim to the school daily. So during the rainy season, it becomes very difficult for them to go to school.
Again, we've seen that, is it that no form of work has been done on this road at all? Because after, I think, a deplorable side of the road close to a very beautiful building, I can see that the stretch moving ahead is quite okay, or no work has been done on the road at all.
There was some works on the road some years back. I'm told close to 12 years ago. That stretch was gravelled. But you can imagine a road that leads to a farming community. Every week, foodstuffs are transported to Sunyani town, and close to 10 years, you can imagine what will happen. So the spot that you could see is where who live along the stretch are put sawdust into, as they call it, said this one is not the pothole, but a manhole. So that's what they've done. Sections are okay, but very little places. But the rest, very terrible. And as the assemblyman said, he's pushing so that, because there's also pressure on him. Day in and day out, he gets calls from the people about the state of the road. So that's the situation along that stretch. And this is within Sunyani East municipality, the regional capital.
This will be a very big challenge for the people who are living there. But have you spoken to the traditional authorities, because they play a very key role when it comes to these things?
I'm told this community falls under Abisim. I have not been able to speak to the traditional authorities there. But as they go by, I'll see what I can do about that. The communities, that's Tanano, Kwamechem, Kwasichem, Nabakrum, Kremokrum, they all fall under Abisim community.
But before we'll let you go, aside this issue of the deplorable roads, this particular area, that is a Tanoano community, which other issues do they face?
For now, electricity is also a challenge within the area. Some of the communities are not hooked up to the national grid. So apart from that, few of them don't have electricity, but the rest have. And in terms of the school is at Tanano, where the adjoining communities access. So for now, that one is okay. But the major problem is the road network that connects to Abisim. Then they could connect also to the Sunyani township.
And this is a very, I don't see this place to be a village.
Yeah.
It's not a village at all.
And Michael also mentioned that it's a developing area. You could clearly see that there are very beautiful, homes being put up in the area. Michael, you mentioned that some of the communities do not have electricity. What is the problem? Is it that they are so far from the nearest transformer, or what's the issue?
Yes, that is the situation. And they also scattered communities. They also scattered communities. So as the day go by, we'll see what could be done. And we also push through our reports to see what could be done for the people.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. But I would let you, or I would implore that you keep your eye on this community so that as the days go by, if there's any updates or development on it, because the Assembly member says he's working hard to bring some help to them, you fill us in so that we take it up from there. Thank you so much for having this conversation with us, by the way. Philip, there we have it. So, Roads and Highways Minister, if you're watching us this morning, this is to your attention. We have an issue of roads being in a deplorable state in Tanoso, and also the state of an abandoned bridge, which is affecting daily life activities as well as students, attendance, affecting pregnant women who are not able to access health care. That is in Sonsuaso Abankweja, and also the state of this road in Tanoano in the Sunyani municipality. Very, very dire situations. And interestingly, both are in farming communities, as we've mentioned earlier. And it's hard. When we go to the markets in Accra,
things
you see
are expensive.
Prices of foodstuffs so high. And you're asking, what's going on? These are some of the challenges.
Just recently we did this Agri-Fair.
Yes.
Agri-Fair 2025, and you can tell that people are really excited about the initiative and the fact that we have brought people from far places to come and sell at a particular spot where they can easily buy. I always say that if we are able to check our inner roads or rural roads, we shouldn't be buying.
Life will be way easier.
Way easier.
Very, very smooth. Because if the roads are good, it cuts down the stress of the drivers charging so much to transport the foodstuffs to the various or to the big markets. If the roads are good, it makes travel time shorter and also easier, amongst other things. But here's the case where people are not getting access to good routes. They are not getting access to bridges that join communities together to transport goods and their wares to the various markets. We really need to pay more attention to these issues. I mean, people in Accra are demonstrating for good routes like the Pokwasin Saum stretch. And also we are seeing issues in other towns or other regions facing similar challenges.
And always when it rains or we are in a rainy season, that is when you see
the exposure
of the nature of the road. So if something has to be done about it, maybe we are calling on the Honorable Nilante van der Poel, who is in charge of the DRIP program, to ensure that list we try and get people to get the issue resolved. Because if the DRIP equipment is not being put in good use, certainly we are going to have issues like that. But like I indicated, it's just 7 months into the new administration's tenure, and maybe they are dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's, but I think it's way too long.
Well,
so
the other time on
CBS
City Breakfast Show with Bernard, he mentioned, Bernard had an interview with him, and then he mentioned that some of the equipment for the DRIP had been broken down by the time he resumed office, and also they are training more personnel to be able to handle the equipment better. So I hope that when the training is over or the training session is done, we would see some speed being put into all of these, and then we'll get some respite for the people, because look, we can't have our constituents or our people going through this. And rightly, Michael mentioned, during election periods, we see politicians move their V8s, their big cars and small cars and all of that there to campaign massively to amass votes. And when the votes are being given to you to put the work into action, then it's like everybody's, it becomes some sort of a lip service.
Have you seen someone campaigning after election before?
No, but do the work, get the work done. fulfill the promises.
And when it's prior to another election year, 2028, we'll see how the roads will be. But anyway, we are asking the various authorities to do the needful, at least. So it's going to ease the pressure on us here in the big cities, because if the rural area roads are not really made more trouble, it's up getting a toll on a number of things, on the prices of foodstuff, the movement to that areas, people having issues with going to school. You are not able to post the nurses and even the teachers who would go there easily. It cuts across, affects the entire economy. So at least roads should be checked. We are not ending the conversation on roads here on Channel 1 TV and City FM, because, mind you, we tell the stories and we are definitely going to empower the change that is needed in our communities. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll bring you more.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked. Welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boko has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yendi, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in us. You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. Based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome and this is proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's take our first highlight. Founder of One Play Africa and O2B Entertainment, Nana Yao 18, has criticized Ghana's failure to preserve hip life once the country's defining music genre. Speaking on the chat on Channel 1 TV with Eko Kumsin, he lamented the genre's neglect, contrasting it with Nigeria's global promotion of Afrobeat. He argued that internal disunity and lack of respect for pioneers like Reggie Rockstone and Zap Mallet contributed to hip life's decline. Nana Yaw 18 urged the industry to support legacy genres and build on its musical identity instead of always following foreign trends.
When crunk music came and they were calling it crunk music, and I was saying that it's not bad to call it crunk music, but the dominant genre was hip life at the time. So why don't we why don't we just support the creation that has been done? Because hip-hop itself is still hip-hop, but there's mobile rap, there's crunk, there's all these things around. So why don't we just keep it what it is, right? And I had a lot of backlash. You know, at the back end of music uploads, when you're uploading your music to the DSPs, what people don't know is that the only genres that are recognized is the Afro-pop.
Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian singer Wendy Shay has dismissed rumors that she underwent plastic surgery to enhance her figure. In a post on X dated July 10, 2025, she clarified that her curvy body is natural, attributing her physique to weight gain in the right places. She criticized the assumption that all curvy African women have had surgery, asking if people believed African women didn't have natural curves before BBLs became popular. Wendy also recalled facing body shaming early in her career and urged fans to stop being naive and to respect natural beauty. Ghana Party in the Park 2025 marked its 20th anniversary with a vibrant celebration at London's Barnet Playing Field. Organized by Aquaba UK, the event showcased top Ghanaian acts like Kim Promise, B-Strap KOTM, Jackie and Molly, thrilling thousands with music, culture and unity. The festival also featured traditional drumming, street food, fashion and art, reflecting the pride of Ghanaian diaspora. Founder Dennis Tewia called it a symbol of how far the community has come. Now a cornerstone of African cultural events in the UK, GPITP continues to bridge the heritage and modernity. Now to our next highlight. US singer Chris Brown has pleaded not guilty to 2 additional charges stemming from an alleged unprovoked bottle attack at a London nightclub in 2023. The 36-year-old faces accusations of actual bodily harm and possession of an offensive weapon, a tequila bottle, alongside an existing charge of attempted grievous bodily harm, also denied. His co-defendant, rapper Hoodie Baby, has also pleaded not guilty. A trial is set for October 2026 with the next court hearing scheduled for 24th October 2025. Brown remains a major R&B figure known for multiple chart-topping hits and Grammy wins. For last but not the least highlight, a Lagos coroner's court has ruled out foul play in the death of Nigerian singer Mohbad, but recommended criminal charges against Nurse Feisayo Okedingbe. Magistrate C.A. Shotobi found that the nurse acted with gross negligence by administering an injection without a proper prescription, calling her actions unlawful and professionally irresponsible. The court's findings bring some clarity to Mohbad's controversial passing, placing legal responsibility on the nurse involved. And now let's check out Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown. Number 10.
Number 9. I like the popping vibes. You want the loving style, yeah. Love me style. Oh baby, love me style. Mommy, below, money, mommy. You see you, money.
Number 8. Number 7. Number 6.
Telling me what I'm going to do. Everybody want that.
Number 5.
Me a pound for pound, me move town to town. You see me dropping the crown, you comment it. Mama say me when I me who anasa. Me sick of DFF, me boo anaba. Nancy and I me know here ya can't so drain our brain.
Number 4.
DJ, please turn up the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Number 3.
One side, shoulder, shoulder, one side, shoulder, shoulder.
Number 2.
I'm just another guy, obsessed to my morals, concerned to my liberty. Options overflow, I'm not gonna lie, there's a change in my energy. Praying I never go down. If I step on toes, my apologies. Everything could have been lovely, but I'm just another guy.
Number 1.
Beginning to think I don't need another lover. Found you today, I don't wanna go back. I don't want to be with a Casanova. Yes, I, whatever, ever. Forgive if you do the least, I will find another. Why you want?
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
That's all for today's entertainment highlight on Breakfast Daily. For more latest stories, exclusive interviews, and all things showbiz, visit GhanaWeekend.com. Stay connected with us on social media. Follow Ghana Weekend on Facebook, X, Snapchat, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Thanks for staying tuned. My name is Ni Komete Kome.
Anyway, that's the sports review we are having here. And Yao Mint, last week you were here. You were here on Friday.
No,
on Thursday.
Keep it.
You were here on Thursday, and you said that at least we should pray for Chelsea.
Yeah. Pray for Chelsea.
But yesterday's results.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Oh, I mean, what do I make of it?
He doesn't make anything of it.
What do I make of it?
He doesn't. You know, sometimes...
It was a good performance. It was a great performance from Chelsea.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I'll give it to them. I mean, Chelsea exceeded my expectations.
Oh, wow.
They exceeded my expectations. I mean, PSG are the best team in the world.
Oh,
and
really?
To have Chelsea beat them the way they did, I didn't expect it.
It looks like
3-0.
Lots of people
PSG didn't come fighting hard.
Yeah, they didn't come to the party.
And all three was in the first half.
Yeah. They didn't come to the party. And you have to give credit to Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea played a role in that. I mean, their positional discipline, tactical discipline, and their passing game was so on point. And that's what got them to be able to get past PSG's pressing and they hounding players. And you have to give credit to Chelsea. I mean, it was a well-designed job that was properly executed.
Wow.
Well executed, properly designed by Enzo Maresca, the head coach for Chelsea, and properly executed by the players. I mean, you have to give credit.
They have a new player.
I mean, bringing in the likes of Gittins, bringing in the likes of Liam Delap, Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro came in and he played. And I have a problem with this picture because there is absolutely no way Cole Palmer should be named the Golden Ball winner of this tournament.
Why?
Absolutely no way. Because he wasn't even the best player on Chelsea's team.
Who was?
Moises Caicedo should have won that award. Moises Caicedo should have won that award. I don't know why we keep glorifying people who score goals. Up until what was it, the quarterfinal or semi-final? Cole Palmer was absent in all the games that they played. His role or his performance wasn't the best, but you look at from start to finish, Moises Caicedo had been consistent throughout. And you look at yesterday's game, importantly, yesterday's game, he delivered an absolutely outstanding performance. I don't know how Cole Palmer ended up getting the Golden Ball award because he scored, 2 goals and gave an assist in one game. Now, I think we should move away from these kind of surface awards in terms of performances. We have to make it a little bit deeper. We have to look beyond just the goals and the assists. And even Cole Palmer's, was it the first goal or the second goal? The second, Cole Palmer's second goal. It was Moises Caicedo who created it. I mean, his work rate in midfield, got the ball, took the ball off PSG, and delivered that pass for Cole Palmer to score. I don't know how he ended up winning the Golden Ball award. These things, you just never know. But honestly, I think Moises Caicedo should have been named the Golden Ball, which is the best player of the tournament because he had been consistent from start to finish. But yeah, kudos to Chelsea.
From your analysis as a sports analyst, you think that PSG underestimated Chelsea yesterday?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you look at the personality of the coach, Luis Enrique, look at the personality of their players. I don't see them underestimating Chelsea going into that game. I think it was just Chelsea delivering
an lucky day.
I wouldn't say lucky day, but they just brought it on that day. They just delivered. And unfortunately, PSG didn't.
I'm sure you actually said that we should pray for Chelsea to this match because of PSG Real Madrid and PSG giving Real Madrid 4.
Oh yeah, the business. They gave them the business.
Exactly. But looking at the PSG Real Madrid's match compared to the Chelsea PSG match yesterday, which one will you say that was more intense?
More intense. I think yesterday's game was more intense. Though PSG lost by 3-0 to Chelsea, they did create some very decent chances. And it forced Robert Sanchez, who has been under a lot of fire from pretty much everyone in the football world because of his mistakes. It forced him to pull out some brilliant mistakes. And I think that performance got him to win the Golden Globe Award. That's the best keeper of the tournament. I have a problem with that too. I don't think he deserved it, but at the end of the day, they gave it to him.
Like I have a problem with the entire Chelsea team.
I mean, even the Chelsea fans will tell you that, he wasn't supposed to win the Golden Globe Award. I mean, but at the end of the day, he's gotten it.
My question or my concern comes from throughout this tournament, we've seen PSG play very well, scored some beautiful goals. What was it that they didn't do right? Because to have considered 3-0 in the first half was a big deal.
Yeah, I think it was what they didn't do right. I don't think they did anything wrong. I think they did everything that they usually do or have done throughout the entire tournament. It's just that Chelsea were the better team. And like I said, it was a well-mapped-out project, a well-mapped-out plan, in the sense that Chelsea kept on attacking the space behind the PSG fullbacks. That's on the right side, Achraf Hakimi, and on the left side, Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes especially, because you look at the first 2 goals that Chelsea scored, it came from that side of the pitch. That's the left side of PSG's defense. And they exploited it so well. And because of the tactical discipline and the proper passing phase. Look, Robert Sanchez, in the lead up to the first goal, his long pass from deep is what started that move and got Malo Gusto, the fullback, to go to get him behind Nuno Mendes. He squared the ball to Cole Palmer and slotted the ball into the net. Then you look at the second goal. Moises Caicedo won the ball, did some brilliant work in the midfield, lost his marker, and delivered a pass to Cole Palmer on that left side of PSG's defense. And so it was just a well-mapped-out strategy that was well executed by the Chelsea players. And so you have to give them credit for that. I don't think PSG did anything wrong. They played their usual game. They possessed the ball. They ran into spaces, but they just weren't able to execute. They just weren't able to execute. They got one big chance in that first half where Desiree Doué decided to pass the ball instead of just shooting at goal. If he had been able to shoot at goal, and I'm pretty sure he would have scored, it would have been 1-1 at the time, and it would have turned the tide or the momentum in that game. And I'm pretty sure then PSG would have gone on to win. But he decided to pick the wrong option in that situation. And yeah, it ended up costing them because Chelsea went on to score a second, which was pretty much the killer in that result. And yeah, they went on to score the third through Joao Pedro. So yeah, wonderful result, wonderful performance from Chelsea. Yeah. I don't think PSG did poorly. That's why they felt so hurt that after the game, you saw them engaging in a little bit of push-ups and a little bit of a fight with some Chelsea players, because they knew that they had done everything right, but it's just that Chelsea were the better side on the day.
Exactly, and as it's supposed to be, and that's on what period the Gen Zs will say.
Let's move away from Chelsea. What we have again, we talk about in Ghana.
Oh yes, actually I wanted to start with this subject first.
Oh no, but you know you can't start.
I know.
You can't start with that.
I know. Jifa was just jumping on my neck. I mean, Chelsea,
because she watched you on Thursday saying that her team needs some prayers.
I mean, Chelsea fans went to sacrifice my hair to get that win. I mean, look at me now. I'm looking at Gabby your face.
You're right. Anyway, let's move on to the Black Queens.
The Black Queens, yes, it's great you mentioned the Black Queens. Later tonight, Ghana takes on Tanzania in a must-win game for Ghana in the CAF Women's AFCON. It's a must-win game for both sides, actually. You win this tie, you qualify to the quarterfinals. It's that plain and simple. Because Ghana, we lost our opening game to South Africa. Our second game, which was played on Friday, we drew 1-1 with Mali. We should have won that game. Missed a lot of chances in that game. And it cost us pretty much an automatic qualification to the next stage, heading into the last round of games in Group C. And so tonight is the D-Day. At 7 p.m., 1900 GMT, we are taking on Tanzania. And Ghana and Tanzania have just a point apiece because they drew with Tanzania drew with South Africa and they lost their opening game to Mali. And so what that means is you win your game, you get to 4 points, and you look at the point tally for the other teams in the other groups. The third place teams do not have as many points as Ghana could potentially have if we get a win. So once we get a win, we'll get to 4 points. You look at the other teams, the third place teams in those other groups, they have 3 points apiece. And so we'll have the advantage over them and we'll be able to qualify alongside the top two place teams who automatically qualify to the quarterfinals. Because there are 3 teams. There are 3 groups, and the top 2 in each group qualify to the quarterfinals. So you have 6, and then they'll go through all the entire groups. The third best placed teams, the teams with the most points who rank third, will also qualify to join those 6. So they'll pick 2. So that's where Ghana we are aiming to be at, because once we get a win, we'll get to 4 points. Then we'll stand a great chance of qualifying to the next stage.
Anyway, Minta, thank you so much. We would have to move away from this particular conversation, yes. Chelsea.
Yeah.
But we are moving away and crossing over to the press conference, which is being held by the Communications Committee or team of the Planning Committee of the New Patriotic Party 2025 Annual Delegates Conference. I am Philip Milate. I did this with
Jifa Kedi Akotodu. Stay with us.
Let's bring you that feed now.
One of our constitution that says that there